Coffee and Makeup is streamed in front of a live YouTube audience. Jazz hands! Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Where is my phone? My phone keeps binging, and I've literally... I had it. I got it. It was on my table in front of me. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Makeup. As you can see, I have some elf ears on. Yeah, it's a thing. I know, right? It's a thing. We're just going to go with it today. I felt a little bit festive, so why the hell not, as they say. So I hope everybody is well. I'm just checking my phone to see whether the notifications have gone out yet. Yeah, it looks like notifications have gone out. Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. Oh, I've got messages popping up there and everything. No, Eddie. No. We had a deal, my friend. We had a deal. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Danielle. Hello, my friend. How are you? I hope you are well this fine and dandy morning. Good morning to... Oh, that's not clicked on. There we go. Good morning to Anita. Good morning, Major. I hope you are well. Good morning to Ed. Good morning. Were you pissing by the door by any chance? I'm a minute and a half in, so that should be okay. It's not a swear. I was saying passing with a French accent. Honest, YouTube. So, yes. I do love how every Christmas, yes, thank you, playing with your piggy. I do help, and that isn't a euphemism. I do love how every Christmas we get to dress up like a Vulcan. I love it. Do you not think? Do you not think? I think it's lovely. I love dressing as a Vulcan. It's my favourite thing in the whole wide world. So yes, good morning, everyone. I might be a little bit manic, hyper, even more so than normal today, because if you've been part of the social media world with me, as in if you're aware of, you know, the YouTube channels, and why is that all off center? Oh, pulling it that way. If you're aware of the YouTube channels and everything else, then yesterday on the other channel, I went live, or rather this morning at 3 o'clock, playing some Star Trek, because 10 o'clock last night, apparently I crashed. So I crashed out straight after dinner. I wasn't doing straight after filming the last ever car vlog. No, the second to one car vlog. The penultimate car vlog, that's what I mean. The penultimate Slimming World weigh-in. So after filming that yesterday, which we'll get into on that video actually, but yeah, after filming that, I basically just completely crashed, apparently. Came home, had dinner, sleep. So yeah, I woke up feeling full of beans, full of the joys of spring, whatever the phrase is, and thought, I know, let's play some Star Trek. So I did that, and then I edited the Makeup Revolution Collection and Declutter Series Part 1. Anita, it's up. It's about 35 minutes long or something, but it is up. It is scheduled. It will be going live tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, that'll be going live. Good morning, Red Cap. Good morning, my friend. You popped up briefly on the Star Trek thing this morning. It was really funny. I was like, oh, Red Cap. Except I wasn't, because I had my VR on. It was more like that, where I was like, oh, Red Cap's here. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah. Right, I need to take this one off because I don't like it. And no, mister. You've got all of the treats. You've got all of everything. What have you dropped? You haven't dropped anything. No, it's bedtime. You can have your nap now. Oh, my lord, my lord, my lordy, lordy, lord. Oh, yeah, Nee, I was editing it. No, Eddie. No. Oh, do you need a drink? Hang on a second. He's just had a chew. Do you need a drink, Eddie? Do you want your milk? Hold on, everybody. Hold on a second. I'll just make sure he's okay. Let's give him a drink. Oh, dear. Here we go. Put me some... Oh, I'll put you some milk in your water. No, water in your milk. Here you go. Here we are, Eddie. Just a little bowl, because you'll probably spill it over. But there you are, look. A little drink. There you go. Is that what you needed? Oh, mister, good boy. Right, Oh, sorry, everyone. You know, doggo emergency stops YouTube video. Anyway, and I'm back. Christmas Eve watching. Yeah, so that's going up. No, Eddie, just as because they've just been out for toilet and everything, and I've been out with them this morning because I've not slept. Well, not since 3 a.m. When I woke up. But anyway, so he's been out. He's got a little chewy thing that we got him, and so I think he just had a little like in his throat. So that's why he wanted a drink. So yeah. Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, Anita, the video is up, it's edited, it's turned out okay. I've had to split it into 2 videos. The first one is 35 minutes long. I think the second one's going to be about the same, if not longer. No, Eddie. No, it's rest time now. No. 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 No, they don't want to hear it either. What? Oh, he's now putting his head on his cushion. He's got a soft toy, which he has as his cushion. But yes, so yeah, that one's up. I filmed, so that's the entire Revolution collection done in terms of eyeshadows. Next, I think I'm going on to, what's the next one I've got most of? Probably concealers. So that'll be the next one. Good morning, Kirsty. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my darling? I hope you're well. How are we all feeling? Warm and toasty because I got some new leggings from Aldi. No, Lidl. Some fluffy. Come on. Look. I know, right? Ugh. I used to be able to get that up a lot higher. But yeah, some really fluffy leggings in Lidl for $5.99 or $6.99, something like that. And they're really, really cozy, really warm. They're almost like. Oh, it's almost like a nice towel. I don't know if that makes sense, but they're really lovely, actually. So yeah, so I'm feeling super cozy, even though I've been out in the garden and everything today. You were sat down when I got your message on Insta about the red video. I know. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. Hold on. Where's the plus sign? There we go. No, plus sign control. Is that the one? Yes. Oh no, now I've done that so small I can't even see what's going on the screen. There we go. So yes, it's up. It's all good. Eddie, no. I've got the Witch Casket box coming up video. That's the next one to edit. No, Eddie. No. Sleep time now. I'm just going to ignore him. So yeah, I've got the part 2's going up on Sunday, so what would have been Boxing Day, but Sunday. And then I've got the skincare video to edit. I've got a witch casket to edit. I've got the penultimate, the last but one ever car vlog video, or at least for the foreseeable. We intend it being the last one. So yeah, that one's going up on Saturday, so that needs to be edited. Plus, there may well be a bonus video this evening coming up on this channel where I am looking at some last-minute beauty gifts from B&M. I might have recorded a couple of bits also in One Below, and possibly even a couple of bits. Oh yeah, and some bits in Home Bargains. So we're putting those 3 together, and that will be in a last-minute gift for the beauty lover. That'll be up on. Hopefully, that'll be up a little bit later this evening, or overnight. No more car vlogs. No more car vlogs. No more car vlogs. It's all changing. 2022. I've got a system, a schedule, things are happening. Hang on. Do you want me just to tell you? Because I can tell you, because once the video goes live on Saturday, it'll be up anyway. Because I know, right, the car vlog is still going up on Saturday because I don't know, because I said it was going to. And in the video, I say, good morning, it's Saturday, completely forgetting that Saturday was Christmas Day, because it really doesn't feel like Christmas. But yes, no more car vlogs, because as of I was about to say, I haven't got my calendar in front of me because I've got my blooming diary in front of me. As of Wednesday, the 5th of January, we will be going live on a Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. each and every Wednesday evening. We are going to be doing a live as we walk out of our Slimming World group, we will be doing a live weigh-in video. So it won't have the what we ate this week. We're changing that. I think we're going to take videos of like our pudding and, you know, the gummies that we eat, basically everything that we eat throughout the entire week. That's going to be its own video that will go up on a Saturday. But the live stream, and this is Rufus's idea, he who didn't even want to be in these videos 6 months ago, he said, do you want to make it a bit easier on yourself instead of going live, instead of like filming and then having to get it up on a Saturday, which means normally filming on editing on a Friday. No, mister, I know, I love you too, but it is sleepy time. You've been up and running around for 5 hours. You should be knackered. That was the plan. How many times did we fetch your 3 balls? That sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. Anyway, good night. So yeah, so that's going to be the plan. So a few changes happening on both channels, just moving forward into the next step of trying to do a bit more on the YouTube. I've got to say, I have been wowed by people that did Vlogmas. I just was not able to at all. But there will be a few videos coming up back to back because we've also done a searching for Slimming World items in a giant pound stretcher, searching for Slimming World items in a giant home bargain, and searching for Slimming World items in a giant one below. We went to the biggest ones of those that we could find, trying to get everything filmed in case we're in lockdown in January. Basically, this is the plan. So yeah, that is the idea, is that so those videos will all be coming up as well in January, plus so much more. So really excited. So yeah, Wednesday evening now, 7 p.m. until, I don't know, it's probably going to be no more than an hour. We will do a little live stream. So we'll be able to tell you how we went, tell you like what was going to happen, everything else. I've got no idea, Kirsty. I have no idea. We went live with it. The only thing I can say is that Rufus was filming it on my phone, and I don't know how he shut down the stream. So I don't know. I don't know whether he just exited out or whether he had to save something or whatever. Like, it was literally a last minute, let's get on and do it now. But yeah, anyway, that's gone. Never mind. I am going to try and sort my other phone out. I've got an old phone. Well, not old, but you know, it's one that I'm not using now. And I'm going to try and make that into the filming phone for when we're in the kitchen. And I did get a Christmas present, or I was there when he bought it, and I'm not getting it till Christmas, or rather me and Rufus did. And it's a ring light and phone holder that is connected to a... You're trying to get your chew. Hang on. God, it's connected to a clamp, basically. So you can clamp it to your shelf. So that's what we are going to be using next year. Is this what you want? Right, here you go then. There you go. Good boy. And you can also have this one back in there. How did you manage to do that? Oh, lordy. Who would have a baby, eh? Who would have children? Even though our children have got 4 legs, we love them anyway. We're not leggist here. So yeah, I don't know what happened to that one. I went in to look at it and I was like, oh, actually, because Rufus had said something about my eyeshadow, and I was like, oh, I'll check. And just, it was gone. So no idea, but hopefully as we go on, there'll be less of that. But yeah, we're going to have a phone dedicated, because my phone keeps filling up when we're filming, because the back room we're still in the process of sorting, although I do have a bookcase now to go in there. It's getting exciting. It's getting, my vision is coming. My vision is coming. Let me have a look. Sorry, I missed a Oh, you get grinchy about this time of year. What, you get really hairy and a green beard? I mean, can't relate. Rufus gets an orange beard, but that's because he's ginger. So yes. Yay. Ed's the same. Well, Ed has got a Grinch beard, actually. If you straightened it and combed it down, Ed, it would look like a Grinch beard. It really would. Loki yells at you 24/7. Does he? I wish the gods would speak to me 24/7. So the god of mischief, Loki himself, the trickster god, Thor's brother from another mother, technically. That's so accurately accurate. But anyway, yes. Okie dokie. I assume Loki is your dog. You've probably told me this like 100 times before, but yeah, unfortunately, my brain forgets. Louis is definitely in leech mode today. What's leech mode? I don't know what leech mode is. Leeching chocolate from a advent calendar? I've got no idea. Oh, Loki is your cat. Lovely Loki. Anita's... No, not saying that. I was going to say Anita likes put cats too. Yes, that's only what I was trying to say, was that you like cats. Meow, puss, meow. Right. Oh, I'm a bit giddy, as I say. I'm a bit giddy. I am so excited for next year, though. I really am excited for next year now on the YouTubes. I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to struggle with the editing schedule, just because. But I'm also I really want to really push the YouTubes. Didn't think your beard was long enough. Oh, leech mode is stuck to your hip at every opportunity. Oh no, and he objects. Ow, that's not good. That's not good. But yeah, I think your beard is long enough, Ed. I honestly do. Little diet green, do the whole facial fuzz green, and you'll be, what's that, Mr. Grinch? Or whatever the song is. Ooh, there we go, look. I've got my lovely Christmassy bobbly on now. Actually, I'll tell you what, we're going to do my makeup, because I think we're going out, because we still want to get a blooming salmon. We've still not been able to get a salmon in Aldi. They were supposed to come into the shops on the 19th, but they're not. We picked up a half a salmon, a side of salmon, left or right side, I'm not sure which, but anyway, we picked up some salmon, but we eat a lot of fish, as you all know. So yes, I really want to tell you what happened in our weigh-in. I really do, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it for the video. But that also means, everybody, you will all get our weigh-in results when they actually happen, rather than a few days later. So it means I can talk about them on the Thursday morning live. We can discuss it. We can commiserate when I gain a pound. We can, whatever. We can start a I nearly said OnlyFans. I meant GoFundMe. Oh dear. Yeah, we'll start an OnlyFans. No, we'll start a GoFundMe for if I end up doing Team C's again, because oh my God, when you film a video and you think, do you know what? It's fine. I'm not going to lose any weight. I'm not going to gain any weight. I'm going to continually lose, even if it's only half pound. So yeah, every time I gain a pound, I'll give a £5 to charity. That's a good idea. Oh my Lord, it's very expensive, very expensive. But yeah, expect a few videos over Christmas and New Year, because I know that a lot of people get really a bit down this time of year. It's a bit much, isn't it? I mean, we think it's a lot much. This is why this is my only Christmas decoration that I have, apart from Christmas cards that are here that have been sent. So yes, and a very definite non-Christmas card. But anyway, no, Eddie, no. Talk to the hand. Talk to the hand. What was I saying? Yeah, so there's going to be a few videos coming up. We have got the footage from Eddie doing his first ever walkie. So we're going to do one of those. That's coming up. We're also going to film. I don't know whether we're going to film it. We might film it before Christmas Day. We might film it on Christmas Day, because we're not going to watch a lot of telly. We might end up downloading or watching Black Widow, because we like the Marvel film. So we might do that and then just watch some random Christmas stuff on telly. But we are going to be filming the my husband does my makeup tag. My husband brings all the girls to the yard. Damn right. Gender swap. Do you see what I did there? I said girls. But yeah, we are going to film that. So that is going to be the tag challenge that we do at some point over Christmas. And I might even do one that I saw Nikki Tutorials doing when she did was it full face of liquid lipstick or full face of eyeshadow? One or the other she did. recently, so I'm going to do one of those type challenges as well over Christmas. So there'll be some silly stuff, silly stuff. Yeah. Guess who's still got the dodgy mouse? Every time I click it, I disappear. God, right. You stopped being able to lose any weight after 12 kilograms dropped. 12 kilograms is a lot, though. That's 24 pounds. That's going to be what, nearly what, a stone and a half, about a stone and a half. Wow. If anyone wants to wish you a happy birthday tomorrow, I will devour their soul. Let's skip Christmas. Is it your birthday tomorrow? Genuinely, Redcap. Oh well, happy anniversary of being pushed out of a vagina day. Yes. No, happy tomorrow. That's what I'll say, because it doesn't sound like you. It doesn't sound like you celebrate or really enjoy your birthday. So, yeah. When you did the food shopping last night, other than a physio appointment this afternoon, that's your car not moving till at least next week. Oh, I'm pleased. I'm pleased. Have a nice chill. Are you going to be 21, Matt? Yes. How old are you, Sir Matt? You're with you on skipping the Crimbo thing, and yet it's surprising how many people look at you funny when you say you hate this time of year. I don't hate this time of year, but it is leaving me completely cold, to be fair. You are 25, 5 years off being old. I know, right? I mean, technically 25 is the new 18, so yeah. I was trying to say you're old already. Kylie Osborne, good morning, Kylie, my darling. You're loving all the slimming videos. Thank you very much, my sweet. This channel originally was just a Slimming World channel. And we've done a couple of other bits, and now I've brought in the beauty content on this one. So yeah, that's what we do here. We do makeup and beauty, and also a whole bunch of Slimming Worldy stuff. We are going to vlog as well, because, or maybe not vlog, but film. Yeah, no, it will be a vlog on Christmas Day itself, because I think that's when we're going to be making the Slimming World sugar-free or no added sugar, whatever it is, mince pies, and they're going to be made with bread. And we're also doing a pork pie and some Scotch eggs that are all slimming, because we're planning a Slimming World Christmas, I'm telling you. So we're planning to have a pork pie and Scotch egg on plan, which we are making all of that. So we are going to hopefully vlog that. So yeah, there'll be a lot of very low calorie, low sin, low point, whatever you want to call it, depending on what you're doing. Health friendly stuff coming up, but we don't want to do that before Christmas, because you know what I mean? I don't want to make them today and then have them hanging around for until Sunday, because it's for Boxing Day. So yeah, anyway, all of that is happening. But yeah, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for watching the content. I love filming. I really do. Even when the doggos make a lot of noise. Oh my God, in the Revolution one, you can hear them breathing from start to end, because I filmed it at like 20 to 4 in the morning the other day. So yeah, that's all right, Kirsty. I'm older than you, and Rufus is older than me, and that's all good. We're not mentioning anybody else's age. Besides, age is a number, and yeah, like I would not, in all honesty, right? For those of you on here now that are past 30, which is the age where you think, oh my God, that's it, like 30's old. But all of you that are over 30, would you go back to being like in your early 20s? Would you go back to being 20, 25 at this time of the world, at this time now? Like not knowing what you know, but being exactly the same you, but in this moment from when you were 20, would you want to do that again? I certainly wouldn't. I'm not in the climate we're in now, where if you say something wrong, it's going to be with you for 40 years on the internet. If global pandemic, can't get a job, can't get all of that. Could you imagine? No, I would not want to do that again. Anyway, as Kirsty says, hi, Kylie, welcome to the madhouse. That makes you 6 years off being a pensioner. Absolutely, absolutely. We're all just, I mean, there's barely a reason to even get out of bed in the morning, because we're all just so old and decrepit. We're all just waiting to press our button and have the nurse come and wash our bits and pieces for us. That's all, and feed us through a tube into our nose. Is that a thing? It's not a nose, but you know what I mean? Like, you're wonderful on my own every Christmas and birthday, so it's never nice. You survive, but it feels like nobody cares. Oh my God, Red Cap, we care. We care a lot, Red Cap. We absolutely care a lot. And, you know, we can, there'll be content coming. I will be streaming on Boxing Day. I know. By the way, Anita, if you can't make it, if any of the Spaniards, I need to put a thing on Instagram actually. If anybody can't make it on Sunday, that's fine. I can do it on my own for one day. I'll just do less of the readings. I'll just wing it. All I wanted to do was to do a stream for those people that aren't necessarily going to be like around family or just that are feeling a bit down on Boxing Day. Like, come and do some tarot stuff. I'm going to do less readings on Sunday and more random stuff as well, a little bit of self-care. So yeah, Red Cap, come and say hi on Boxing Day. Like, you know, this is obviously the last stream before Christmas Day itself, but you know, you're not alone. You're now part of this rather madcap community, as Kirsty said earlier, but you are part of this rather growing and very lovely community that we're building. So yeah, thank you. And we do care, honestly. Kylie, you really enjoyed the shopping hauls too. Well, there was a live one and then it disappeared. There a live one, Mr. Grinch. Is that the song? You're something, Mr. Grinch. I don't know. Can't remember. We're not talking age. No. Besides, let's give our numerological ages. That's what you do. That's all we'll do from now on. When you say how old you are, so all you have to do is add the 2 digits of your age until you get, and keep going down the double digits until you get to a single digit. So I'm 40, what am I, 45? So my numerology number is 9, but I could be 63, I could be 54, I could be 72 or 27 or 36 or 17. So 9 is my age. That's all I'm going to admit to from now on. How old are you? I'm 9 in numerology terms. Yes, Eddie. Yes. What, my friend? He's making all sorts of weird noises, isn't he? He is. Come on, everyone. Come on, everybody. No. Let's welcome Kylie by hitting that thumbs up button. Yay! That's a lovely way of welcoming Kylie to the chat. We do care, Matt. We absolutely do. I've now got phone calls coming in and all sorts. If it's important, they're called back, I guess. You've both done amazing on your journey. Love your car vlogs. Well, they're going to be live now on a Wednesday evening, but they'll stay up on the channel. Eddie, I can't get you out. No, it's nighttime. No. Well, not nighttime, it's nap time. No. No. I've been struggling to get past the 1.5 stone, to be honest. Eddie, Jesus, I'm going to have to get him out. Otherwise, he's just not going to settle for some reason. Right, let me move everything off this side of the sofa because he will devour anything in his path. He is the planet killer from Star Trek. He is Unicron from Transformers. He is Galactus from Fantastic Four. Right then, Eddie. Come on then, up you get. But you're going to come up here and sit with Mummy. Come on then. Come on then. Come and sit with Mummy. You can chill, but that's it. We don't want any jumping around, please. No jumping. He gets immediately down. Oi! Unless you can teleport here, it makes no difference. Can you tell I'm jaded? You go back to Peppy in January. Eddie, stop it or else you will go. Right, hold on. He's not going to settle because they are in their bed, so he wants to know why. Oh my lordy, lords and ladies. Come on then, out you come, girls. Both of you, that's it. Go on, Rubes, out you come. There you go. Right, Eddie. The minute you start fighting with them, you'll go back in your bed, Mister. Jesus. I can't remember what we're up to on the chat. Not on your Nelly would I go back. You're a tiger who's earned her stripes and bloody proud of them. Exactly. I always say that. I say I've earned my stripes and every single one of my stripes was a scar. So, you know. Is the... I don't know who's ringing me. Is the nurse a fit ex-fireman? What nurse? I don't know. Tigers don't earn their stripes. They are inherently a part of them. That's very true. Very true. Oh, you watched the live one, Kylie. Oh, lovely to have you here. I didn't know. I couldn't see anything. I didn't even know how many people were watching or if we were even live, to be fair, until Rufus said we had some comments. To keep them, Matt, they have to fight. Yes, they do. Right, hang on, making... Oh... Miss Fairy Holly Willoughby is making lots of noises with her new toy elephant that Jamie got her. Oh, that's lovely. Are you eating my Santa hat? Yes, you are. Drop that, mister. Drop it. Nobody wants a soggy Santa. Nobody loves a fairy when she's 40 and nobody wants a soggy Santa. Right, Eddie, come here. Come here. We need to have... No, not all of you two. Eddie, Mr. Munster. Right, come here. Listen, we need a chat. We need a chat. Now listen. God, you're getting so big. Oh, look how big he is. Look how big this boy is getting now. He's huge, aren't you? Now listen, mister. Right, see all that camera? There's people watching you from all over the world, potentially. Yeah? And you don't want to show yourself up and you don't want to show me and your dad up by saying we can't train a little puppy. So you need to be a good... No, Eddie, you need to be a good boy. Do I not even get kisses? Do I not even get kisses? No. He says, I sat on you once and now I'm jumping back down. He literally goes, I'll have a cuddle for 2 seconds and then he's off. That's it. That's it. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? I don't know. Right, let me just skip to the end of the chat because the chat's all gone all the way up and I can't see what's happening. He's trying to just... oh, your word, look at the size of him. He was a tiny snuffly lump. He was a tiny wee little ball of fluff. And now he's a heavy monster. He really is. He's a big old monster. Tourist Holland's here. Good morning, Holland. I hope you are well, my darling. Everybody say hi. Don't eat my watch. Everybody say blah, 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 blah. Everybody say hi to them in the chat. Absolutely, Matt. And believe me, it's so liberating when you finally do not only learn that lesson, but more importantly, apply it. Absolutely. Yeah, everybody's asking how you're doing, Holland. Hope you're feeling better. I hope you are, my friend. I really, really do. Oh, you are. Yes, much better, thanks. Loving having time off from your shop and been doing some art. Oh, fantastic. That's really cool. Can we have more witchy videos next year? There will be witchy videos next year. The reason that they've sort of dried up a little bit is because... Well, for 2 reasons, frankly. This channel is monetized and that one isn't. So when we're trying to grow a channel, YouTube seems to push this one more. We've got nearly 3 times the number of subscribers here as well. So there's that reason. And like the monetization is going to be next to nothing. But if it's £10 a month, ouch. Little bugger. If it's £10 a month, then that pays for the giveaways, or that will pay for, you know, I don't know, a year-end thing, or that will pay towards the subscription for StreamYard, because that's a lot more than £10 a month. So yeah, you know what I mean. So that's why we've concentrated that in the last couple of weeks. Then I was poorly. I didn't even make my wreath. The stuff for it is still over there. I was so poorly. This is the first year in probably 5 or 6 years, if not more, that I haven't had a wreath on my door at Christmas. And Yule, it's, you know, Yule's come and gone and my wreath is still in bits. It's just ridiculous. We've just been so poorly. And then when we got, you know, the jab and things. But yeah, you know, there will be next year. I'm not doing, I spoke to Neil. We're doing the podcast. That's every month. That's scheduled now. So that'll be on the last Wednesday of every month over on the Witchy channel. There will also be, I've been talking to Rufus about maybe doing some like 1 minute TikToky things and 2 minute TikToky witch, you know, the short videos for the Witchy channel. And there will be regular videos once me and Kirsty are able to kind of hang out and sort the business side out. There'll be videos about why we've done the things for the business that we've done, why the spell kits are the way they are. And then there will be some Sabbat videos and more stuff on general witchcraft and things. And eventually there will be some ghost hunting videos as well. So yes. Kirsty, you okay? Thanks, Holland. Overworked, underpaid. Yeah, the usual. Overworked. I've just read that right. Good morning, little Miss Budget. You're knocking videos out at the moment, Ness. I've actually got you. I've got you on my telly. I've got you on my telly. If you don't believe me, are you ready?
Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video. So
there you go. You're on the telly right now because I was watching the this is the favorite beauty products, but I was watching the other one. There was another one that was on just before this one because I've watched this one on my phone. But anyway, yeah, you're knocking them out at the moment, Ness. I love it. Absolutely love it. Really, 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 really happy that you're doing so well at the moment with the videos. It's amazing. So yes, everybody's saying hi to Ness and saying hi to everybody. That's lovely. Look at this. Hi, 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 hi. It's just such a friendly community. And Ness has officially said that she is joining us for Team Project Pan, hashtag Team Project Pan for 2022, which I'm really excited about. I have been and always shall be your friend. What, Eddie? You chose to sit behind me. I'm not leaning back, am I? Oh, that might be some post. Yeah, I think that was something going through the post. Anyway, what was I saying? What nonsense was I talking about? I can't remember. Oh, yes, I can. Team Project Pan, hashtag, because as of, I'm going to do a whole video about this, but as of January the 1st, I am part of team, or going to be doing Team Project Pan. And what that is you take one item from each section of your beauty collection and you use that up, and it's a rolling Project Pan. So basically, say for instance, if I wanted to use this blusher, so this is the highlighter. This is the highlighter reloaded in Just My Type by Revolution. And so you go, right, this is what it is. I'm going to weigh it. I've bought some of the, where are my scales? Oh, here they are. I've bought some of these little digital scales. I don't know what, no, that's not scales. That's a makeup palette. Oh, that's worrying then. Oh, it's there. It's underneath. That was confusing. So I've got the little scales. I'm going to weigh everything in. So that will all be weighed and it will be all on the spreadsheet, so that's good. So yeah, that's all going to be happening. And then the idea is that each month, basically, you use this project as your, this is my main Project Pan highlighter, right? So I use this, and then in 3 months' time, I get to swap this out for another one if I'm bored of it, or if I want to change the color or whatever. Or I keep going. And the idea is to use the products that I've got in my collection without buying more, but also to work out, do I like this formula? Is this something I want to use, you know, on a regular basis? Or is this something that has started to go over or whatever? So that's the idea. And the idea is then you use it for 3 months. You've got a quarterly refresh, and 3 months' time you refresh. And then 3 months after that, another quarterly refresh. 3 months after that, for the end of the year in October, you bring back all of the items from that year so far and go through and try and pan. And it's basically just a way of panning your products. And so I'm doing that with everything apart from my eyeshadows, because for eyeshadow, I am going to basically, Eddie's looking at you on the screen, Ness. Eddie's just seen you on the telly. Well, do you want to watch Ness? Should we watch Ness? Do you want to watch Ness's video? There you are then. If I turn that down so that I know, I'm watching your video live on this video. So yes. Oh, Eddie likes the colours or the editing or something so far. What? That's Ness. She's on here. He's watching you. He's like, oh, there's somebody on the telly. That's a friend. She's through that window. He doesn't understand, but he's absolutely fascinated. He really is. Look, nobody can see him. Oh. So Ness is joining me. I don't know if any of the other Spanish squad are, but hopefully that will be lovely if you can. Hopefully that'll be lovely. Oh, thank you, Holland. Not really your role on this channel, but can we get at least a few more likes? Thank you very much. Yeah, if you can, like the video. I can't see any of that because from StreamYard. Where's Rufus today? He is currently still in bed because he was up till about 4 or 5. He doesn't normally sleep till 4 or 5. Just for various reasons. So I do the morning shift with the doggos, and then he does the evening shift when I crash out, and then we sort of, you know, we take it in turns like that. So yeah, it will clear stuff out of your growing collection. Absolutely it does. And I am so excited to go through. I've going through the Revolution palettes. Like there's some that I'm never going to get rid of because they're favorites or a moment in time or whatever. And there's other ones that were gifted to me that I will never get rid of. And then there's others that I just want to see if I can use because my collection's just sat there. I'm so bad. I nearly added a full face of Juvia's Place. So we're talking, it was 3 foundations, 2 lipsticks, a highlighter, a cheek, a blusher palette. What else was it? A setting powder, lip pencil, lipsticks, 2 or 3 lipsticks. No, 2 lipsticks. One red, both red, but one a bullet and one a liquid. Basically an absolute full face and another eyeshadow palette. And I very nearly added I added them all to my cart, and I went to, because Juvia's Place in the States have got a sale on, I went to check out, and then the shipping went on, and it was only like $15, $18 shipping. And then a thing popped up saying that Juvia's will inform customs of the full price of the items. And I was like, well, hang on a second. If I'm paying $5 for a lipstick instead of 14, and you tell customs that it was $14 plus this, plus that, and everything is that much higher, the customs fee is going to offset most of that sales. So I ended up pulling it, and I'm glad I did, because then I'm just like, I don't need any more blooming makeup. I don't need any more. I want more, but I don't need any more. But I'm not doing a no-buy next year. Even though I've got Project Pan, Project Pan, even though I'm doing that, and I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow palette, an eyeshadow series as well, even though I'm doing both of those, I'm still not on a no-buy. You are sure he's around in the background? He is. I've heard him moving around earlier, so I was just in here editing. So did I order the Macabre Tarot? Not yet. I'm still working on it. I'm a little bit kind of not concerned, but a little bit of that alarm bell went when they pushed the date back, because that normally means that there's delays happening, and so I don't want to pay for it again and then still have to wait, because then if it doesn't turn up, I get all the hassle of, so I'd much rather just know that it's absolutely coming and then get it on release day. You've got the same sleep pattern as Rufus. I know, right? So do I normally, except now I've got a schedule for the baby. You have an appointment now, but rejoin, hopefully. Yes, I will do. I'll still be around, hopefully, for a little while. It can be temperature related. It needs to be about 18 degrees before you can fall asleep. You see, mine tends to go the opposite way. If I get cold, I fall asleep. You need to go do your clairaudience meditation, but you don't want to leave. You've been practicing every day. Oh, that's really interesting, Red Cap. That's really, really interesting. But wow. Oh, we should so do, like we should arrange an extended family, extended beyond authentic army, health and beauty, all of it, extended Zoom or something at some point. We really should, where we can actually properly interact and chat with each other, because I like doing that. Maybe I mean, it's one of the things that may or may not be happening if we end up doing some membership things on this channel, because that's now opened up to us. So we might do that, because then it means that we can do a proper Zoom chat with people. It'd be really cool. Anyway, you failed the no buy this year. Yeah, you did a little bit. You see, I haven't worked out exactly what I ended up adding into the collection this year. I know that I got, I mean, Kirsty, you'll probably know this more than I do. Did I get the Bloodlust this year secondhand, or was it the end of last year? I don't remember. But the only items I know that I added in this year were the Fenty items that were on my list. The James Charles Morphe one, because at like £12 including postage, I couldn't not. And the Hocus Pocus stuff, because it was an opportunity to get some colour pop. And I think that was it in terms of eyeshadow. I'm sure it was. I've added in foundation, obviously, because I've used up what I needed, or used up what I had and then needed to buy more. Because the only other items that I've had in were things like the Jeffree Star lipsticks that Rufus bought me. So yes, I'm sure I might have missed something, and I might have got another haul at some point during the year, but I don't think I did, apart from all the, Rocket Box stuff. Oh, Bloodlust was this year. I thought so. How cold is your house? Here, 18 degrees is much colder than usual. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I don't know who you're talking to. I don't know what 18 degrees feels like. I don't know. We haven't put heating on yet. But I've got my warm leggings on. Now, the reason we do that is because Rufus overheats like, oh my God, it can be like a spring day. And, oh, there's the sun. And he'll go, and he's just naturally very, very warm. And so it can be like when we go to Slimming World, he still wears his shorts. He wears his shorts. In fact, he went down a size. Oh, so proud of him. He went down a size again in his shorts. So he's down to sort of, I was going to say he's down to regular shop sizes, but he's down to an extra large from at one point being a 3X. So he's really, really, did I say 18 degrees was hot? Oh, I must have said something wrong then. I must have said it wrong. I don't know. But yeah, so he tends to run very, very warm. So for me, I tend to go the opposite. I tend to sort of, if it's a spring, that same spring day, I'll be there going, oh, I think I'm just going to get a cardigan, or I'll go and get a cardi, get a pullover, get a sweater, get a hoodie or whatever. And he's like, why? But I again, with the fibre, my hands freeze all the time. But it isn't cold. It is just what it is. So the doggos run around all the time. And if it gets too warm for them, it causes issues. So like, unless it's really cold, we still haven't put the heating on, because it's just like, I'm old school. I grew up without double glazing. We were so poor. When I was a child, we had no shoes. We had to make do with newspaper. You had newspaper. You didn't know you were born. Oh, what I would have given for newspaper. When I was a young lass, all I had on my feet were leaves. You had leaves. Oh, you don't know how. And so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. Monty Python. What? Wow, really? I mean, wowzer. That is for me. I'd be sleeping all the time. I would be sleeping all the time. That's what I say as well, Red Cap. That is exactly what I say, is that if it's warm, there's only so much you can do. But if it's cold, you can put on another jumper, you can put on some thick socks, you can put on whatever. But you can't, it's easier to warm up than it is to cool down, which is why, unless Rufus gets cold, we don't put the heating on, because I can be absolutely freezing and Rufus is absolutely fine. But it's easier for me to get warm by sticking a jumper on than it is for Rufus to get cold, because, you know, once he's a bit starkers, there's not a lot more you can do to cool him off. You know what I mean? But yes, I totally agree with that. Also, when it's too warm, I crash. Like I sleep, I hit a certain temperature, my body just goes, oh, it's sleep temperature. So yeah, hubby likes it that way, but you prefer it a bit cooler. That's the Viking. That's what that is. That's the Norse element. That's the right, Mister. What are you doing? That is a computer mouse. It isn't a doggy toy. Oh, he's still got glitter on him from the other day. Oh, my Lord. Right, let's put some stuff on my face. Today's palette, by the way, I wanted to try again. This is like a first try, and before I decide whether I'm going to keep it or not. We've got fans in the bedroom as well, Redcap. Redcap is just saying that if it's too warm, you can't sleep, so you have a fan. Well, we've got 2 of the USB fans like next to us in bed, so if it's because again, different temperature, isn't it? So I might be like, oh, I'm freezing, and Rufus is warm, so he'll put his fan on and it just keeps like his side cool, and then I'm not freezing. So, but we've also got a big one at the end of the bed, like a towery type, not a tower, that's in here now. We've got like a big roundy one as well. So yeah, so the palette I'm using today is another one that I have never used, and that is the Nip and Fab eyeshadow palette. This is jeweled. Now, I've had this for a while, really have had this for a while, and I don't know why I haven't used it. And is it actually still sealed? No, it's not still sealed. I think I've probably swatched it, but I don't think I've ever used it because the pans look relatively undamaged. Yay for Rufus. I know, right? I mean, it keeps the gas bills down, I guess, and stops our consumption at a time when global energy crisis, ... add in political statement here, ... You too, that's why you need it down to 18 degrees. I thought you were getting it up to 18 degrees. Oh, yes. No, I know, right? That's the thing, because I like that 3 to 5 a.m. period when it gets chilly, that sort of cool before the warm. That makes sense. You really want to go to Egypt? I could not, since you're now a Kemetic, but I will legit die and probably set like, yeah, but me too. Me too. People on antidepressants tend to struggle with being too hot. Oh, I've never struggled with being too hot. What I would say is my median temperature is a lot lower now, comfort zone wise, than it used to be. You get itchy in the heat, especially your scalp. You just don't understand how anyone can enjoy that clammy feeling. But again, eventually you do acclimatize. That's the thing. You do eventually acclimatize. By the way, for everyone watching this, if you haven't already, if you're part of the replay crew, please put a makeup brush emoji into the chat. Now, I know I just said if you haven't already, you wouldn't put that, would you? But if you are part of the replay crew, please do hit the subscribe button, the like button, all of the buttons, make the buttons go ding-a-ling-a-ling-ding-ding. But put a makeup brush in the thing if you're part of the replay crew, because look what they have. I did show this off on the live stream where we shopped at Aldi, because this came from Home Bargains. We did a Home Bargains video that is going up over Christmas and New Year break. This is got all of my makeup brushes in that one. 90% of my makeup brushes, all of my usable, my everyday brushes, and it's just a plastic tub. It sits really nicely. It unzips, and you've got 4 compartments in there to keep your brushes separate. Because it's see-through, you can see what brushes you're reaching for, and you can also put like hair brushes and longer brushes here on the sides. But also, it's got this really, really useful strap. But if you see, it's not in the center, it's actually here. So this is like the back. So if you wear it, like you can wear it obviously on your tongue or wear it on your hip, that sits flush to the body, but it also sits flush to the body if you hang it on the wall. And this was $5.99 in Home Bargains. I have been looking for one of these since when I used to perform on stage. I had a big old makeup bag. It's like a suitcase thing that unfolds, and it's got all your brushes in, and well, it's not a suitcase, it's like a it'll be a laptop size, a laptop bag size. But anyway, so that I used all the time, and you know, I haven't been touring for God knows how many years. So obviously it's gone to the ether at some point. So I was looking for a makeup brush version of that, and this is the closest I saw. I did see some of these on one of the professional like makeup artist websites, and they were so expensive. I was like, nope, even if I can wangle a discount, like it's still going to be out of the my price range. But yeah, apparently it's a well-known issue in US prisons. It gets very hot and the prisoners have to stop their meds to stay cool. Oh my God, that would be awful. Vampires don't climatize. You keep your goths and emos out of the sun the way you keep gremlins away from water. That's very true. That is very true. That's really funny. Your mum keeps coming over and going ape because you swam around in a coat. Oh, without a coat. Oh, I'll read it eventually. Eventually my eyes will work one day. Yeah, I mean, I was saying to Rufus, I've got a coat. Like a winter coat, and I keep refusing. I need to do a repair job. Well, I know I need to do an adaptation job on it because I picked up a Joe Brown's winter coat. If anyone here is from the Slimming World type community, and you are on the larger of the sizes, then you may know Joe Brown's. It's not cheap. It's quite an expensive kind of semi-designer, a little bit alternative clothing brand, little bit alternative, like a little bit hipster alternative almost, and they do things like they'll do tops where they've got a random pattern that is picked up somewhere else, or they've got buttons on the shoulder or something. There's weird things like that, just little design elements that I really like. But anyway, I managed to get one of their coats from eBay a couple of years back for, I think I picked it up for like 50 or 60 quid, and it fits lovely, except the arms are designed for, a cisgender girl who is much shorter in the arms than big old 6 foot ginormous me. So yeah. So I've been wanting to do something with it, and I actually found another coat, very different design, but of the almost the exact same fabric in a deep purple, in a charity shop, and the coat was, I think, £2. So I've grabbed that, and what I'm going to do is basically chop off the ends of the arms of the purple coat and attach it inside the arms of the black coat, which is the main coat, so that basically it will go black with a purple cuff, but it'll be like a wide purple cuff. And then I'm taking the purple belt and using it on the black coat, and I'm going to take some of the purple buttons and attach onto the black coat in place of the red ones they've got, because again, quirky buttons. And I'm going to place a couple of purple ones on. And so therefore, I know, right? I'm trying not to, this there, isn't it? Like, I'm trying not to do that myself, Ed. Ed's watching the woofers behind. But yeah, and then that will be back here as my winter coat. But I've only got a limited amount of time, because with Slimming World, like even if I get to 2 stone at some point, hopefully like relatively soon, that might be a thing. And like if I do another 6 months, even if I'm only losing 2 stone every 6 months on average, that'll be, by this time next year, that'll be another 4 stone off, and my shape will have changed quite a bit, hopefully, fingers crossed by then. So I don't want to buy another big winter coat until I absolutely need to. But also the one that I've got, I did buy when I was bigger, so it is 2 sizes bigger already, but it does mean I can wear a jumper. So yeah, so it's a thing, isn't it? It's a thing. She is Matt. This is Rubes. She's very, very, very chill, because she's very, very, very old. So aren't you lovely? Aren't you lovely? Oh, you're going to give me a kiss? Oh, no kisses then. No face kisses. We don't do face kisses, do we? No. Mummy kisses. No, Mummy kisses you. You don't kiss Mummy, because I know where your tongue goes. Yeah. No, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So this is Rubes. She's very old, aren't you, my darling? You are. And a little bit arthritic. Yeah. And very grey in the face. And she's just very tired of, dealing with the young'uns. And Ruby is, what are you? You're 11 now, aren't you? So you'll be 12 next year, which for a Sapphy is quite good going. You know, that's when they get older. So she's not like last legs, but she's you know, she's got a pension at least, let's put it that way. And then Elvie is the middle one. She's 5. And of course, Eddie is now a pups. But no. Look, because I was talking about you now, everyone's seeing you and how wonderful you are. But now nobody's playing with the Mister, are they? No. Oh, that's it. Just put your bum in his face, Rubes. Oh, are you a good boy, Mister? Are you a good boy, Mister? Anyway, let's do some makeup because that is primarily what we do here, and talk about Slimming World and clothes, apparently, and the doggos because we love the doggos. We might have to, come on then, Ruby. Like, I don't know how you're going to sit back up there without crushing your daughter. Let's, yeah, here you go. Here you go. No humping, please. No humping on YouTube. Don't get us demonetized. This is not an OnlyFans. No. You can come here, but we're not going to, no. Oh, Jesus, Ruby. Right, there we go. I'll tell you what, how about we don't crush Mummy and allow Eddie to do whatever Eddie's trying to do. Right. Okay. Can you just sit on there? Thank you. And Elvie, there you go, Elves. You sit there. No, that's it. Lean that side. God, it's like a workout. There you go. That's it. You go that side. Put your head on the cushion. Put your head on the cushion. That's it, Rubes. Look, there you go. That's it. Face that way, my darling. Good girl. And then, oh, Lord, you sit there now. Yeah, sit there, Eddie Munster. Mr. Eddie Munster, no biting them, please. Thank you very much, or I shall go back in your bed for a couple of hours. There we go. That looks like you're going to do humpy humpies. There you go. There you go. Are you a good boy? Oh, we bought him one of those chew things, you know, like the chew toys that's got lips on it. We haven't given it to him yet because it's for Christmas and we don't want to spoil the surprise. I know, right? And I've just told him he's now completely and utterly awake. I mean, spoiled, yeah. Oh, Lordy Lord. Your cats are at a recently retired age. Oh, bless. Your youngest cat sleeps a lot, Matt. Your eldest, only 2, is constantly crying for attention. Oh, I like cats, but you know, you wonder why cats don't seem to age facially. They still look as bright as ever. Oh, I don't know. It could be taurine. It could be all sorts. It could be omega B6 fish oil or whatever it is. No. Yeah. Oh, there they are. They're all settling back in now. Although I've got an Eddie-sized paw just digging me in the side, just there. Right, let's do some makeups, shall we? Let's do some makeup. So I haven't tried this palette. I think I got it in TK Maxx, but it hasn't got the TK Maxx sticker on, and I tend to leave those on. So I am wondering whether I've picked this up from like. I don't know whether Beauty Bay do Nip and Fab, but I know I've had this in the collection for at least probably 18 months or 2 years because this was in the video where I was looking at my different palettes, and it's still here and I still haven't used it. Now that does mean it's probably on the when I get around to the non-Revolution palettes, it'll be on the list for decluttering, but until that point, let's use it. So yes, by the way, I don't know what to do with the makeup palettes that I've got that will be decluttered, but I can't put them on Depop because they're not new. I can't donate them to a charity because they're not like lightly used, you know what I mean? So I don't know what to do with them. I was wondering whether members of the Spanish squad would like them, but then again, it's passing on to other people that have a lot of makeup already, and we're all, you know, for some of us doing the Project Pan, that might be not a good thing. But I don't know whether to then offer it to, you know, viewers if people want stuff, obviously accepting the fact some of it's going to be quite used. I don't know. So let me, if you've got any ideas, if you're watching this live, let me know what you think. Obviously, you know, I've got some makeup enthusiast friends as well. So, you know, they might want a few bits and pieces, but obviously everything will be sprayed and everything will be, Matt, that is an amazing idea. I'm going to do that. I can do that. Can I do that? I might be able to do that with this palette. Lordy. That's a really good idea. Do a makeup look inspired by my guides. I can do a look. I can probably... I'll have to, right, hang on. Let me go back to the chat. Your mum had twin cats, both made it to a grand age, I think 19 and 21. And apart from being skinny at the end, they both look like kittens. Yeah, my grandma's cat, lady, she lived till, I want to say she was 21 or 22. Absolutely. Some cats just do, don't they? And she again, looked a little bit shrunken in the middle and her hips looked a bit kind of dodgy at the end, but she was still going well. She was going really well at that age. Yeah. I love that idea, Red Cap. I absolutely love that idea. I really, really do. Fairy Holly Willoughby starting to go grey on her black and white nose. Oh, sweet. Let me know again, Ed, about dates and things when you need me next year. As soon as you've got a date, love, let me know. Loki still hasn't realised he's grown and is a lot heavier. Oh, my Lord. Oh, that's so cute. I know, right? Eddie's like that. Eddie is like that. Like, I mean, technically, Ruby is like that because, that's not what I was looking for. Because Ruby is just big. She's a big old staffy, and that, which is great, but that does then mean that when, you know, little Eddie puppy boy jumps up and he's like, hello, she thinks she can do the same. And when Eddie kind of climbs up here, she thinks she can do the same. And now so does Alvy, because Alvy's been doing that as well. I just realized what I was looking for is in my bag because I tidied it away in my Lisa bag. What an amazing a friend of mine sent. Thank you very much to that friend. So yes. Right then, let's do some makeup. I'm going to try, can I do Wispy with this palette? I can certainly do Laguna. I don't think Wispy would really show up because it's not that sort of palette, but I'll definitely do an eye look based on Laguna, or the one that we call Laguna. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when I do my when I do the tarot readings, I work with a couple of guides, and they take the form of elemental energies and they take the form of dragons within that elemental energy. So my Makeup Obsession setting spray, or fixing mist, and I'm just putting that on before anything else because I haven't sat and done my skincare, which I was supposed to, and I forgot because I was talking and the dogs and everything. But anyway, I'm just going to pat that into place with a beauty sponge, and then I'm going to apply some eye primer. So yes, but yeah, do let me know what your thoughts are about used palettes, and like whether people, because as I say, certainly with the Spanish squad, the moderators on my channels, like you all do so much, so I would like you all to have first dabs or first pick or first dibs or whatever the phrase is, but then like no one's going to want everything that ends up being decluttered, or you know, no one's going to want that much makeup. So what do I do with the rest? I mean, I don't know whether, you know, subscribers might want some. I don't know how that would work. I don't know, because again, for me personally, if I'm selling makeup, like if I'm passing something on that I haven't used, or passing something on, like I've got a couple of palettes that I haven't even swatched. And so for me, then it's like, right, okay, if I've not swatched it, it's never been used, I've never reached for it, why am I keeping hold of it? You know, it needs to go to its new home. But I don't know where that home should be. So yeah, if anyone's got any ideas, let me know. And also if anybody wants any, let me know, because there will be quite a few palettes. Right, no, this isn't concealer, Lisa. Don't put it under your eye. Leave it on the top. Thank you very much. Right, so there's a little bit of eye primer, just because I don't know what this palette is going to be like. I'm using my standard fluffy blending brush that I use. And let's go in with these. I've got two greens. In fact, should we do some swatches? Do you want to see some swatches live? Let's do some swatches. Or in fact, I'll wait for you all to say, if you want to see some swatches, tell me, and I'll do you some swatches. I'll swatch the palette in case people want it. You've been absolutely on my Christmas list is I need to get a new mouse. I need to ask Father Amazon and Santa Amazon to send me a new mouse on very quick delivery for next Thursday, because this is doing me head in. Kirsty, you have been multitasking but still listening. Fantastic, thank you, my darling. Not sure what you could do with the declutter stuff. You were lucky when you did yours because 2 friends were young teenage daughters, and there was an out left. Yeah, exactly. Would imagine a freshly cracked egg might be glad of it. I don't know what that means, Holland. Am I only good at giving insulin? I don't know. You'll have to show me. I inject my own blocker every month, but that's like, you know, stab a big needle in my tummy. So that's not really going to be any different, is it? So I mean, that's not going to be the same thing that you do with a doggo. So yeah. No, I know, Red Cap. They don't. They have no qualms using you as a springboard, do the cats? Nope, absolutely not. Right, let's go. Nobody said that you wanted swatches, but I will swatch just for my own kind of. Oh, okay. Just so that I can see the sort of qualities that I'm dealing with, and then I can work out my eye look, because this is what I'm going to be wearing all day if we end up going shopping. Oh, that's not very exciting, that one. I mean, that's, oh, okay. Maybe this was a bad idea. I do like the idea of doing the guides basis though. Oh, hang on, you're not going to be able to see that at all. Let me turn that light off. There you go. I mean, it is what it is. They're just a bit weak, but let's see. Oh no, I didn't. The thing with that, Holland, is that I don't have a way of you know, contacting the community anymore. I like since transmission folded, because I was thinking that, because I've still got some makeup here for that that's been donated, but obviously until, what I might do is keep hold of it and then try and do like a you know, like a one-off transmission event somewhere where we do something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I honestly don't know how best to interact. Again, I mean, of course, I could always pop it on a couple of Facebook pages, I guess, and things. Thinking about it, your declutter was a year ago, so when you get to meet up again, I could give the bag box suitcase a pass round to see if they need to refresh out. What? I could give a pass round them to see if they. Oh yes, very true, very true. Very, very, very true. Wouldn't they be cocoons and hatch into? Why are trans people eggs? Because we're full of protein and thoroughly nutritious. Because we smell of sulfur. Because we've been laid multiple times. I don't know. Wouldn't they be cocoons and hatch into butterflies? No, because a cocoon is the pupal stage. So that would be the period of transition. The time before, we would be a caterpillar or a worm. So yeah. Oh dear. Only eggs when somebody's not out yet. That's a good thing. You were thinking the same, Ed. I know, right? That's a lovely ideology. I mean, there is a reason why a lot of trans groups, when they were running, or I mean, a lot of groups are still running, but when for a lot of trans groups, their logo is a butterfly. Like that's a super common one. That was the first shade, wasn't it? So yeah, this minty green shade. Bear in mind, we're doing Laguna or Laguna theme. Yeah, we're going to try this one first. Why are eggs not out, trans people? Because an egg is something that grows. And before somebody comes out, a lot of trans people feel trapped. I mean, again, I can't talk for all trans people, but I can only really talk for myself. And yeah, there is a feeling of being trapped as you are aware of yourself. And before you come out, there is that period of time where you know who you should be, and you also know the body that you've been given. Now, I don't believe I was ever born into the wrong body. I was born into this body, and my journey is a trans journey. So it's not that I should be cisgender, it's that this is my journey. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Other people feel very differently, like there's a reason why trapped in the wrong body and all of those type of phrases are really, really common. So yeah. Right. Kirsty's got a nip. Okay, my darling. Drop me a message because I've got a couple of crispy, Christmassy type, presenty type things to drop up to you, or drop over to you, or drop down to you, or drop across. So yeah, let us know, and when you're free and stuff over the next, well, it'll be tomorrow, I guess, or even on Sunday, I don't know. But yeah, you hope everyone has an enjoyable weekend, whatever you do. Absolutely, my darling. You have a lovely, lovely time. Have a lovely time. And yeah, hopefully your appointment goes well, whatever it is. And hopefully you have a really nice Crimble-tide with the kiddos and obviously hubby. So yeah, have a lovely time, and we'll speak, if not on Thursday, or rather, if not before, we'll speak on Thursday, but I might give you a ring or something, but yes. Right, what's inside the egg? A sheik, a crocodile, a beaver? It depends, different for everyone. It could be a snake, different for everyone. Eggs hatch in many different ways. Kirsty, Little Miss Budget says, have a good Christmas, Kirsty. Ed says, have fun with the mini trolls. Kirsty says, you silly devil, but thank you, and yes, I will. Yeah, drop me a message. You didn't invent the term, says Holland. No, I know, right? You just seen it on the interwebs or heard it talked about, and now you're getting quizzed as to the reasons why. What is the etymology of the term egg, as it pertains to a person of transgender experience prior to their coming out as their authentic true self? Anyway, right, let's put some stuff on my face, an hour and 17 minutes in. Merry Christmas, says Holland. Who are you saying that to? Possibly to Kirsty? Yeah, I don't know. It's your job, Kirsty. Yeah, absolutely. Right, everybody, let's put some makeup on my face. I don't even know how this is going to go. Oh, that's actually a lot better than it was on the swatch. Look, it's that you can't see. It's this first shade here on the swatch, and on the eye. Bearing in mind, it is actually on. If I do that, is that gonna? No. Well, I think you can kind of see. There you go. If I move to there, I wish I could change the light balance on this setup, but there isn't that option on StreamYard, unfortunately. But I do, as I say, I do know that for Christmas, one of my presents from my other half, or one of our presents, although technically it is for me really, is this little mobile ring lighty thing. That you can clamp, so that might be used rather than this. I quite like that shade, you know, that's not a bad shade at all. Now, I've never used a Nip and Fab eyeshadow palette before. I mean, considering this has been in my collection for so long, it's one of those palettes that I don't know why I don't reach for it. I really don't. I don't know what it is about it that just isn't screaming my name, because the color story, like these greens, are right. I have literally worn green since Yule. So since Tuesday, I have what? Yeah, since I was like, oh, yeah. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and today, or That makes you all sound like it was a week away. But anyway, Tuesday and Wednesday I both wore green, and I'm doing so today. Why do I think I must have worn it on Monday as well? You know, I must have done, because I've worn it. I've worn green eye makeup for 3 days in a row. But anyway, it's I've been using the JSC Blood Money, and basically creating the exact same look every day because I enjoyed it so much. And then I was like, right, let's not do that today. Because there was a part of me that was just like, let's just do this on the live stream because, you know, I love these colours. But yeah, let's not. Right, I'm going into this deeper green, teal green shade here. This one was a lot better on the swatchy. And yeah, it's just a slightly deeper version of this one. So we are very much adding in that bluey tone. I quite like that, you know. I do quite like that. Yeah, I do, actually. That's quite funky. Just realising there's no shimmers in this palette. That might be why I haven't reached for it. Because I do like my shimmers. There's not a shimmer in here. No! Oh, well. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, it matches the headband. Oh, what, you mean this grit? Okay, I was like, what, the red? Oh, does it? Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Thank you, Holland. It is that very sort of similar greeny. It's actually a lot more aqua, like a lot more, I don't even know. What would the color, I'll tell you what, let me see if I can move this light angle up a bit more. So it's not a direct, come on. Oh. Oopsie. Hold on, everybody. There we go. So it's not a direct light. I don't know whether that makes any difference whatsoever. They both look blue on your screen. Oh, they are slightly more. There we go. Does that look more greeny now? They are. I mean, again, I don't know whether I'm a little bit colorblind as well, because somebody else said, oh, I love that blue. Oh, it was in the Hocus Pocus palette. That's what I was going to do today. Never mind, I'm doing Nip and Fab. I was looking at them and somebody was saying, oh, these blues. And I was like, they're not blue, they're green. But anyway, so these could be sort of a teal color, I would say, a teal color. Then I'm going to go for the warm tone blue, this top one here. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to use this and do a thing with this. So, or do I want, no, we're just going to go on the outer corner. Then I'm going to try and find some sort of, oh, that's really nice, actually. That's a nice shade. That's a nice shade. I've just realized, yeah, is that eye? That's a nice shade. Yeah, different lighting, camera. I'm back. Different lighting, cameras and screens can make colours look very different. Yeah, they can. Oh, no, there's your message. That's what I was trying to click on. Did your guides come to you? Quite interesting. They are all dragons of different elements. So, I mean, you know, there's so much bleed between both my channels, so I might as well talk about it here now. Yeah, so the first dragon that I had, oh, Mr. Rocky himself, he started off as an egregore, which is a created thought form, if you like. It's a theoretical, I wish Neil was on the stream, and then because Neil would be able to describe it better than I can. It's basically a created, a non-corporeal golem. There you go. That's what it is. So it's basically a programmable energy creation person field thing, entity, that's the word I was looking for. So a created entity that you give specific tasks to, and it does specific things. So you basically program it. And it was created for that, but it was created originally to tap into external energies and external elemental forms, and basically that earth energy, it was created and set up to do that, and then if it was needed, if it was right, to then go on and become autonomous. That was the thing. So it was programmed that way back in the day, and it's I mean, we're talking, Rocky's been around for 18, 20 years, probably 20 years. So yeah, and then basically one of the ways to manifest, and one of the ways for my brain to kind of perceive them was or to perceive him rather, was as a dragon. Because it's a nice image, it's a very specific image in my mind, a very specific. As I'm now feeding that energy, because as I'm now talking about him, like it's creating that, it's reinforcing that bond. So basically, it's a chaos ceremonial magic type thing, is the construct of an egregore servitor, and they're different and all of that. Anyway, long story short. Through a connection for its original purpose, it kind of embodied its own thing. It became more than the sum of its parts. So it basically became sentient and autonomous, and became like the embodiment for me of an elemental energy or an elemental being that has that firm, solid rock energy. And so, yeah, so he basically became autonomous, became his own thing. And over time, other dragons came in. So Wispy came in, was probably the first. Yeah, Wispy was the first one. Oh, no, technically, actually, Scarlet came after Rocky. Technically, Scarlet came after, but Scarlet was entered into my life for a very specific purpose at a very specific time, as all of the guides do. But yeah, so they are. If you think of the Akashic record, so this bank of knowledge that all of time and space and future lines and past, all of that is connected, and within that Akashic knowledge and Akashic field, like we can access elements of our previous people that have passed, all of that is all kind of interlinked in this giant web of weird, all interconnected, right? So Rocky eventually became more than the sum of his parts. So he became an elemental because he was set up as an elemental. That's what he became, because he was created to do that, and then has become an autonomous part of the wider, a bit like Odo in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, part of that link, but his own autonomous character. And that's basically where all of the dragons came from at various times. Scarlet, as you all know her, is very fiery, very temperamental, very emotional, and she became a thing at the time for a specific reason, as did Wispy, who came in a little bit later than Scarlet, but Scarlet had very much done what she needed to do and then took a back seat, whereas Wispy then came in with that very different, refreshing air energy. And basically, it was almost kind of one of those things that once an earth elemental had appeared, and then a fire one was created and then decided to stick around because it was the right thing for that energy, because I believe in working with, not commanding. But anyway, then once we then had air, we had Wispy coming in and having that slightly more fun, trickster kind of, slightly mischievous type of energy. Once Wispy came in, then obviously Laguna was always going to be the next one to fulfill the square. And together, the reason I don't have 5, even though there's 5 elements, is because together they are all personifications and part of spirit. So yeah, there you are. That's basically where they came from. So they now like interact and they have their own connections. And as you've seen on the tarot, different dragons speak to me at different times. Generally with tarot, Rocky doesn't come on because he's not needed. But Rocky is my main protector, my main, like my ethereal familiar, if you like. So yeah. Anyway, back to makeup. Yeah, so there you go. There's a little quick back in the room. Sorry, I know, sorry. Yours may be an African-looking woman who always has tigers and lions. You met a possible dragon in your dream, and it looked rather grey and basilic-like. Its neck was like a U and thick, as tall as houses, very undragon-like. I thought of servitoring it. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. The one thing I would say, though, is like if it already exists, then it depends on your ethical point of view and where you come from. I wouldn't be comfortable in ensnaring and trapping and enslaving another being, whether it's a physical being, ethereal being, or imaginative being. Like that wouldn't feel comfortable for me personally. I tend to go down the creation element rather than the sort of using, which is why I don't do whichever the one is where you invoke or evoke, whichever the one is where you ask and one is where you tell. The one where you tell, like that I don't do. I don't embody, but I do like to request and say, I'll work with you on this if you work with me on that. A bit like Photomechus. If anyone's ever worked with Photomechus, there is that similar sort of trade-off, really, I guess. But yeah, it's all very interesting. I would love to, again, this is why we need to do some Zooms, chats and everything else, and do collabs and things, because I really want to do more of that. Me and Neil were talking about getting some more collabs, and maybe even doing like the occasional second witchy podcast. The next one's been the one to go out for December's already been filmed, by the way. That's coming on my edit list as well. But yeah, we were talking about maybe doing, even doing like an added one-off bonus ones here and there to do interviews and to chat to people, because I am fascinated by this entire subject. Anyway, everyone else back in the room, sorry if we lost you for a moment. This is my next, I wouldn't say my favorite makeup purchase of this year, but in terms of bangs for your buck, this is absolutely my favorite makeup purchase this year. And it's my most recent one as well. It is my W7 Frosted Shimmers palette from Home Bargains. This was £1. I showed this on the live stream that for somehow got deleted. And there are 4 shades. They're about the same size as an Oreo biscuit, so they're really decent sizes. And you've got a white, a mint green, like a peachy caramel, and like a milk chocolate, not a dark chocolate, a milk chocolate brown, but they are shimmers. So they work really nicely as a highlighter or as a topper for your eyeshadow. So that's what I'm going to use them with here. So yeah. You request, you wasn't sure if it was a being or just a figment of a dream. So yeah, more collabs. Absolutely. Yeah, very collaborative, because I mean, yeah, like I love it on Witch Talk. I don't know if anybody's on Witch Talk, but if you are on TikTok and you type in witchcrafty things, you get onto the Witch Talk side of things. And an awful lot of Witch Talk people, they're so funny. They're like, I'm calling on Hecate, demanding she does this, and I'm telling Hecate, and it's like, really? You're going to get your ass kicked. You are going to get your ass kicked and not know why. Oh, God, it always makes me laugh. Anyway, right, I'm going to do a bit of a cut crease. I know. Who am I? Who am I with a cut crease? I'm using this primer again, this eye primer. And we're just going to do a little bit there and kind of into the inner corner. And then before I do the stupid thing and, like do both eyes and then have one completely dry, I'm going to use my finger and pat that into the shape that I want to have for my cut crease. I know. I do cut creases and halos and things like that from time to time. But they're so common these days. Like, I don't know if there's any, like, I don't know, would anybody want a tutorial on like how to do a quick, like a cut crease, or like how to do that if you are older? Because I know a lot of the beauty people on YouTube, they're all like 12 and they've all got this perfect skin, no creases, no lines, no nothing. And I'm like, I'm 45 with an average 45-year-old type skin. I haven't had Botox yet. I haven't had any work done. I do skincare, quite a lot of skincare, but I'm not like you know, I'm not putting £700 moisturizers on my face. So if anybody would want, or if people do want sort of tutorials for next year, you know, with maybe one a month or just within the normal tutorials, kind of really focusing on some of the basic skills, but the basics sort of that if you are a little bit older, you might not have ever learned because it wasn't a thing back then. But if you would like that sort of content, do let me know. Yeah, let me know on this one, or let me know on a future, or let me know on Instagram or something. Yeah, I'll try and get onto that as well. So this is that mint green shade. I really love it. Look at it. Whoa, there you go. It's really, really nice. And this is, as I say, this is the first time I'm using it as an eyeshadow. I have played with it a little tiny bit since picking it up the other day, but I've mainly used it just like and played with it as a highlighter. Not this shade, but like the caramelly shade. So yeah, and the palette is actually it's quite good, certainly for £1. And there will be one in a giveaway because we picked up a second one for all of y'all to enter a giveaway. So we will give one away. Just, I think, early January, that's the plan for that. So yes. We're also doing some more filming and some more YouTubing, slimming welding. So I think the plan at the moment, it's not going to be a weekly, but maybe once or even twice a month on a Tuesday evening. I think that's the plan. We are going to do a random live stream of cooking. So yeah, that is going to be the plan, is that we'll actually do a good bit of that there thingying. What's it called? Cooking live. Yeah, another live stream, but just as randoms. We don't want to schedule something like that because I don't know what other people in the Authentic Army are planning to do in terms of lives next year. I don't know whether you're going to come back, Holland, and do more filming. I don't know whether Ness is ever going to do lives. I think Kirsty's going to do her Fridays, but I don't know if she's going to do any more. So yeah, it's all going to be a bit interesting next year, but we definitely want to do some random Slimming World cooking content. Not just in like how we're making a Christmas pork pie, but also how we cook every day. So yeah, yeah, I'm looking in the mirror. Oh, that looks lovely. Forgot I didn't have a mirror. So I keep saying that all through the Revolution video when it goes up to, or when it goes onto watchable tomorrow, you'll see, if you're into makeup, you'll see I show you all of my Makeup Revolution, all of my iHeart Revolution, Revolution Pro and XX Revolution palettes. I show all of those on the video tomorrow, and then on Sunday will be all of the Makeup Revolution standard ones and the Makeup Obsession from Boots ones. So they will all be going up on Sunday. So if anybody is into their makeup looks and declutters and all of that series, then that is the schedule for those. Yes, Redcap, yes. Become part of the Authentic Army. All you need to do to be on our listings, you know, down below where we say, and again, I would recommend everybody, if you want to find some content creators that are very genuine, 100% honest, and tell it like it is, regardless of the hype or the PR, have a look down in the comments section, the description box. Have a look at the list called the Authentic Army. We all keep it 100% real. None of us really get any PR, but if we do, you know, we don't blow smoke up anyone's asses. So yeah, if that sounds like content you're into watching, have a look down below at all of that. But absolutely, Redcap, so what content would you make? What content would you make? Oh, next year's going to be so fun. Ness is going to be doing lives as well. Oh, I mean, you're virtually doing lives already, Ness, because you've got so little editing. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but I think you're the only YouTuber I know that doesn't edit out their burps, and I love you for that. I love apart from, oh my God, 90s Love Child, 90s Love Child, yeah, 90s Love Child. She does that as well. And then she goes Burp Squad, and it makes me laugh every time. But yeah, I love it. I love having this internet YouTube community. I really do, and I mean, you're virtually live already, Ness. You know what I mean? It'll be very easy just to hit your live button and do that. Although I don't know whether you can do that from a tablet when you're less than 1,000. I honestly don't know. I know you can't do it from a mobile phone. You've got to only go live from a laptop. I don't know. No, I know you do, my darling. I know you do. That's what I love it. I love that. I absolutely love that. You're just so you. You're just totally authentic. I love it. It's like me on these lives and things. You know, I know people that are like, oh no, I can never be on camera without makeup on or anything else, and I'm like, you know, give me a pussycat face mask, or, you know, let me take my makeup off and then reapply it, or whatever it is I'm doing. I'm just like, I don't care. This is me, warts and all. I don't have warts, but, you know, this is me, warts and all. This is what you see is what you get. I'm as honest and authentic as I can possibly be, because I spent an awful lot of my life not being able to. So, yeah. Oh, it got deep. Didn't it go deep? It did go deep. You're going to be making witchcraft, spirituality, discussions with people on certain gods, themes. You just go blank when you turn on the camera. You can't think of words. Funnily enough, I also do that. I have found doing the makeup tutorials that I'm doing now with a slightly different style, where I'm filming it and then doing a voiceover, that has been really interesting, because what I've done is I've tried to, how can I put it? I've had to script everything. So as I'm using things, I've had to write a script, and then I've recorded it, and it's made it far easier in the edit because I know what I'm saying. So that's been easier. I don't tend to work with a script because I never have. I've never worked scripted. All the time being on stage, it's like there were routines that we did, but in every routine there were ways of, you know, adapting it, and it was never well, I guess it was a script, but it was always a fluidic thing that changed. But as I was saying, I do find that if I've got a whiteboard, or if I've got a large piece of paper with writing and scribbling notes on, I'll put that like behind the camera there, so that then I've got my bullet points written down. So that's what I tend to do. So yeah, you can only do it from a laptop or PC. Oh, my darling. What are you doing? Is that you in the mirror? Is that what you're seeing? He's just seeing himself in the mirror as I'm holding it down here. Oh, it's not another doggy. It's only a mirror. But no, that'll be really cool. You might try and get on someone else's channel for discussions to get used to it. I mean, I wonder, do you know anybody, Sir Matt, that might have a YouTube channel where they do discussions about, spiritual practice, paganism, gods and goddesses and things like that? Like, if you know anyone like that, let me know, because I'd like to invite them onto my channel where we talk about gods and goddesses and paganism and spiritual things and things like that. So yeah, that'd be really nice. Drop me a thingy. What am I saying? Drop me a message on Insta if you want, and we'll certainly look at doing something. But yeah, absolutely. You've seen people doing that a lot in craft videos, and it seems easier. I don't know whether it's easier, to be honest, Holland. I don't know whether it's easier. It's when you're doing, like, for the makeup videos, it means I can just sit and do my makeup. I'll show the product, and what you don't see is that I literally go, so I'll go, right, what is this? It's the, right, Jekka Black Sculpt and Soften palette in light. And then once I've said that, I'll then go in light. And I'll do that holding up to camera. So I've said, and then the only audio that I record is me telling you the name of, or telling my editing self the name of the product. So that's made that a bit easier in terms of, when I'm editing. I'm going to use this pale shade. I wasn't going to, but I need a transition shade. So I'm going to use this pale cream shade, by the way. And yeah, so basically what I do is I try to, yeah, so what I'm doing now is I'm trying to script that and make it so that obviously I know the products I'm using because I've got them in front of me, and I'm using them for, right, I've chosen the products, they've already pulled them from the collection, I've then used them so I know what I'm doing, and then I've just got to find what the actual shade names are, because otherwise when I'm editing I'll literally go, and I'm using this, and this is the, oh, I haven't got my glasses on, it's the Sculpt and Soften palette in light, and then I'll be like, and this is what I'm using, and then I'll mess my words up, go back and redo it, but not say the bit where I tell you the product. And then in the edit, I've got to do it's just a nightmare to do jump cuts. And also because what I've found works better for me, or at least I think it works better when I'm doing the tutorials, is I film, but only like really concentrate on one eye. So you can see I'm doing both at the same time. But do you really want to watch like me do an entire full face when actually it's on the YouTube, so you can just pause it and you don't need to see me do my foundation again, because it's the same product that I apply in the same way every video. So unless, like next year when I am going to do some testing videos, unless I'm using new products or different products or wildly alternative things, you know, if you want to see how I do my makeup, how I do my foundation, either watch one of the lives or I'll do a very, you know, a basic tutorial on how I do my makeup. Does that make sense? Yeah. You just looked at the Authentic Army. You think you're being thick. I don't know what you mean. You looked at the Authentic Army. There's a page on the YouTube, on the Facebook, that is, you can just add yourself or like the page or whatever it is you do with the pages on Facebook. Hello. And that is going to be a thing that we develop and work with as we do the Team Project Pan next year. But I think it's just a Facebook page. I don't think you have to join. Yes, thank you, Holland. This is the thing. So there is the page on Facebook, and also working on a couple of other things community-based around that to really build the community. And then, but what we're talking about when you say join the Authentic Army is literally, as Holland said there, it's basically where we have almost like a gentleman's agreement, or I hate that phrase. It's an awful phrase, isn't it? But almost like an honesty agreement, where basically we say, we understand the ethos is that, you know, you have to be doing these videos because you enjoy them and because you want to share something or because they're fun to make, rather than constantly going after, like, I'm not sponsored by W7 or anything else. I've not even contacted any of the makeup companies or anything like that and said, send me stuff or anything. Like, and obviously 1.4 thousand, this is not even a micro channel, it's like a milli channel, it's tiny, but I'm also not contacting businesses and saying send me something, can I review or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it just means that everything that we all buy and review is with our own money and it's our own opinions. Obviously with Jekka Black, I am a brand ambassador for them, which basically just means an authentic agreement, Matt, I love that. But basically what this means is that every time, you know, when I talk about their products, this was sent to me, it didn't cost me anything. And all they asked me to do was to use their products or do a video, like a 3 to 5 minute video, just saying what I thought of them or what I thought of the products. And I ended up doing a full face with all of them because I liked them and I love the ethos of the brand. You know, they're a gender inclusive brand. They've got everything for multiple skin tones, multiple different genders. It's a really inclusive brand. So, you know, that doesn't conflict at all with the Authentic Army stuff, because it's not something that I'm ramming down anyone's throat. It's not something that they contacted me. And it's a brand that genuinely I was using before, because I always talk about their glow drops that I've used for years now and thoroughly love. so, yeah, the ethos is you can talk about products you've been sent in PR or anything like that, but it can't be the main focus, or it can't be like a regular thing, really. Or if it is, you've got to be really upfront about declaring it and saying, look, you know, this has been sent to me in PR, that's been sent to me in PR. It's not going to change my opinion. And the biggest crime against authenticity is literally not being authentic. It's doing that thing where you're like, you know, because again, let's be honest, I want this channel to grow. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers. I want to get to 100,000. I want a YouTube plaque. I really do. Whether that ever happens in a month of Sundays or, you know, my entire lifetime, who knows? But I would love that. I would love to have a few thousand subbies, not because of the financial stuff, but just because it builds the authentic community. It builds a community of people going, do we really need to buy more crap? Probably not. But we still like makeup and beauty. So we do want to be able to buy some things, but do we need to tie into the hype and work all of that out? Because no, we don't. You know, like, I still get FOMO, and I still get, you know, excited about new releases, which is why I'm doing a no buy next year, not a low buy, not a no buy. So yeah, it's just one of those, you know, it's one of those things that for the Authentic Army. Oh yeah, that was what I was talking again. Tangent. Sorry, I tangented, didn't I? With the Authentic Army, it really is about building that community, and part of that is that we all put links to each other's channels in our channel descriptions, so we basically support each other. So Holland's channel, I think you've only got the one that you wanted us to put on, but like Holland's got multiple channels, I've got multiple channels. Like if people want to have, you know, like Neil doesn't do YouTube but does Etsy with the Necronomicon zine, so we put Neil's shop link up. You know, we talk about Holland's Etsy shop, we talk about, you know, other people's businesses. There's been a couple of other people that have had small businesses that we've talked about, because at the end of the day it's about growing everybody from the ground up. What's that, Ed? You'll have to try and work out how to edit videos and upload videos to this YouTube thing. Before this, because this is on StreamYard, but I've also got some quite, like my editing software is Filmora. I'm getting a lot of random unlisted calls at the moment. That's really annoying. Have you got health insurance? Did you know? Blah, blah, blah. But like Filmora, I pay quite a fair whack for, to be fair, but I use it. This is my hobby. I love YouTube. It is a hobby. It's something I really enjoy doing. I love talking to people. I love giving my opinion on stuff. I love trying out things. And, you know, in terms of Slimming World, it's a key thing. You know, trans people exist, we exist, and we need to lose weight for surgeries, and we need to lose weight for health, and we need to lose weight for all of these other things that are almost unique to our community. So it's important to be visible for me for that. But also there aren't people in the beauty field like me. Like there aren't genuine, authentic, you know, down to earth, borderline middle-aged trans people out there making videos, because there just isn't. And so, you know, I think there's a need for me to see, you know, I want to make the sort of videos that I always wanted to watch, which were people like me talking about stuff I'm interested in. So yeah. If it goes again in like 10 minutes time, I might have to answer it. But yeah, you don't need a lot of gadgets and gizmos. Video Show, I think, was the one I used to use. If you look back at some of the old videos on this channel, they're watermarked at the bottom. I'm sure it was Video Show. I know Ness uses Video Shop. I don't think it's that. I'm sure it's Video Show. I'm sure it was. And that's a freebie one. If you set up a Zoom call thing next year, all of us shy peeps who want to get comfortable in front of the camera can practice that way. Absolutely. That's a good idea, Matt. That's a good idea. You don't need anything else. I think that's all you need is your phone. You think there's a Humble bundle. I don't know what Humble is. That has a video editor. Go check if it's still out. Fabulous. Thank you, Holland. But plenty of free editor software too, including on phones. Absolutely. As I say, Video Show, I'm sure that's who I used to use when we started out. And I literally would just edit everything on my phone, film on my phone, edit on my phone, and do all of that. But then I did have, I then got laptops and I was using my laptop for various things. And so that was better. But again, I was still using free software for the longest time. It's only really, I think, the last 12 months that I finally was saying to Rufus, look, if I'm going to do this YouTubey thing, and I don't mean like become it as a business or, use it as a job, but if I'm going to be serious about making content, which is something I thoroughly enjoy, then, we can't do transmission anymore. Our health isn't up to it. And, my brain doesn't function since COVID. My brain doesn't function properly. So I don't remember half the stuff that I needed to. So the reality is I am no longer capable of doing that, but I still need to, spend my time doing something. And this was a thing that I can do around the fibro, around being poorly, around all of that. So yeah, so I love the YouTube, I really do. So like a video of a widow of the woods, a widow of the woods. Yeah, that's right. That's the words, Lisa. So like a video of the woods while out walking FHW and possibly catching a ghost or just a general video type of thing. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, it doesn't mean that you're going to get hundreds of viewers, but what do you like to watch? What videos do you like to watch? And what, how could you make something similar to that on the YouTubes? And then do what Holland did, because Holland had a whole video called something like, and I probably got this round the wrong way, Holland, but I think the video was called I YouTubed how to do YouTube. Or I searched on YouTube how to do YouTube, something like that. And it was about how Holland, when they started to want to do more videos, they actually researched it all and they were looking on YouTube for how to do YouTube, which I think is that's a genius thing. I mean, I do that as well, to be fair, with vidIQ and companies like that. I'm forever watching their videos, but that, I didn't do that at the start. I only did that once I was doing things. Ness, teaching yourself to edit is something where's it gone? You are proud of doing this, yeah. Absolutely, my darling, absolutely, because then you've also got control. It's like, Rufus, I think my old laptop, which I don't know whether I'll be able to use this software on or whether it will be on a freebie one. But that, I think, Rufus, I'm going to try and take everything off it and bump it up or whatever I need to do with it. And I think Rufus is going to use that because he wants to start being able to edit some of these videos just to take some of the pressure off, because, I know this isn't a job or anything, but I really enjoy filming and I do like editing and everything else. The thing I struggle with editing is with my ADHD brain, I'm time blind. So I don't know, it doesn't, hang on, this is not going on my eye, underneath my eye. It doesn't really register to me whether or not I've been editing for an hour and a half or 5 hours. It feels the same in my head. It doesn't feel the same in my body. And that's where the fibro comes in. But that's why Rufus is wanting to help and learn how to edit it, because then he can, do some of the simpler videos without all the bells and whistles, which will then free me up to make even more content. Because I love this. I really love doing this. I love the creative outlet that YouTube gives me. I love the fact that, it is a relatively wholesome platform. Yes, there is lots of prejudice out there for various groups, and that obviously bleeds over into YouTube and the comment section from time to time, and all of the above. and it can be quite a difficult place to exist. But I enjoy this. I really enjoy this. Like the creativity it allows me, the fact that I get to do it when I'm able to, and when I'm not, I don't. You know, like nobody is going to mind if I crash out and I can't upload a video. I mean, technically, I'm trying to get my schedule in place. So even if I'm trying to get to the point, right, in all honesty, where I have 2 or 3 videos uploaded at any one time scheduled to come up over the next week, with the exception of any sub boxes, witch casket, beauty boxes, whatever, things like that, or anything that is time specific, because I am going to be buying some more makeup this year, and I am going to be buying makeup that is new release. That is my plan, is to get into, or slightly more into, the new release reviews, and to basically, not with everything, but to actually, you know, keep an eye on Revolution, or keep an eye on, you know, Elf or Juvia's or whoever it is, and if there's something that I see coming up on Trendmood where I'm like, oh, that looks really interesting, to allow myself to purchase it for the purposes of testing, but in a limited capacity, because I don't want to go mad and just buy like 150 eyeshadow palettes and then say, oh, they're all for the channel, they're all for editing. But equally, I do want to be able to try new products, because especially with things like Revolution, the number of times they have a palette, it's out for 18 months, 2 years, and then all of a sudden it's gone. And it's pulled, and it's like, or they've got a foundation and you're like, oh, I really love this foundation. And you go to buy another one and they go, oh, it's been discontinued. Bonkers. For anyone, oh, what's that say? For anyone doing lives on a budget, you would suggest OBS Studio. Okay, it's free, and rather than editing, it's more of a case of setting things up in advance, so to look swish on a live. I feel really stupid, Holland, because I had OBS, yeah, letters. I had that. I completely forgot all about it, and I ended up going with StreamYard when I had OBS, and I think it would have done a very similar thing. Bugger. I might need to look into that again, actually. I might need to look into that again and see whether or not I can actually maybe make a swap back. It will save me a lot of money anyway. Ness, editing can take anywhere between an hour up to 5. Oh my God, some videos have taken me 9 hours, and it's not even like this complicated edit thing. It's just getting my bells and whistles in, getting all of the, putting the music underneath, getting the pauses, doing the cuts, sometimes doing the transitions, but also finding the shots, doing all of that, and then trying to make it watchable within a reasonable amount of time. You know, when I'm zooming in, zooming back out of things and doing close-ups, like on the Red video tomorrow, making sure that when I zoom in, I'm zooming in roughly the same size every time, and then zooming out, because all that's done in edit. So yeah, it's just a thing. It really can take a long time. To be fair, you'd like to capture the woods and scenery of where I walk on the daily would be nice. Absolutely, then, Ed. Like, if you want a nice, hang on, because the dogs have moved me, I'm sat on with my fluffy leggings. I am sat on the join in between 2 cushions, and our sofa's a reclining sofa, so it gets like I'm on the metal bit on me bum. What was I going to say? If you want, Ed, I will. If you want an intro thing, like the intro and outros that I've got. Let me just play one, because it also means I can just move a second and not. That wasn't supposed to happen. Let me just see. Right, oh, quick, he's moved. Hold on, I am going to have to do this quickly before he comes and sits back down. There we go. Oh, that's better. That is better. Yes. So what was I saying? Yeah, if you want, Ed, if you do decide to start a channel and you want an intro, like you know, like one of the things I've got, like this, like this.
Coffee and Makeup is streamed in front of a live YouTube audience.
You know what I mean? Or one of those. If you want an ident thing, intro, outro, I am more than happy to put a basic one together for you if you let me know what sort of feel you want. Because with the editing with Filmora, because I have got their standard license rather than the cheap one, I've got access to all sorts of like stuff and editing stuff. So if you want one, I can certainly knock you one up for your channel. That'll be like no problem at all. And I can always, if you want any help or anything, same with you, Redcap, if you want any help or anything, just let me know. But I think the idea of a, you know, walking in the woods with FHW and, you know, what do you see in the woods this week, Ed? Have you seen seasonal changes? You know, look at this, keep visiting the same tree or the same bush every week or every fortnight or every month, whenever you want to film, and see the changes, see the tree grow, see the mushrooms come up or whatever it is. That would be lovely, actually. And then also, you know, tell us something about the woods. If it's haunted bits, tell us about that. Tell us about that time you nearly interrupted a couple in, you know, coitus interruptus, whatever it is. Anything at all like that, let me know. Let me know if, I mean, there'll all be videos I would love to watch, but yeah, let me know if you want an intro or something making. I'm quite happy to do that. That's not a problem. But if you want to do your own, that's also not a problem. Or if you want to buy one on Fiverr, that's not a problem. Whatever you want to do, my friend. What are we on? Where are we? Don't have any energy left after you've done everything daily. Chronic fatigue has been kicking your booty. Wouldn't have the physical or mental energy for making videos currently. Then don't do it, my darling. Like, this is the thing. It does take a while. It does take a bit of effort and, you know, energy. I'm really lucky that because Rufus is nocturnal, or, you know, his insomnia is bad. Eddie, don't eat my diary. Eddie. Oh, Jesus. Eddie, don't eat Mummy's Filofax. She's had that one for many years since a Filofax was an actual thing that you're not embarrassed to say in public on a live YouTube stream. Hang on, everybody. Let me just get my slipper and move my Filofax out of Eddie's way. It's falling off. I mean, it's a lovely Filofax, to be fair. It is a proper, like, you know, it's got woodland animals and it's got owls, deer, foxes and rabbits. I thought, oh, and badgers. So yeah, it's my Filofax. It's my Filofax because, you know, I'm old and I still do paper and pen and copies and things. Oh my God! Right, back into a comfortable position. Are you coming back up now? Then are you coming back up, Eddie? Come on then. That's it. No, not you, Ruby. I still need to finish my... Sorry, Eddie. There you go. There you are, my friend. I can't go any farther forward because I'm sat cross-legged now. So there you are. That's the compromise, okay? There you go. What's... This mouse is so annoying, so annoying, so annoying. But yeah, thank you, Holland. Videos, if you want to do intros and things, that's really interesting. What's in a Filofax? So I use, it is like an address book, sort of. Bit of dog drool that's in mine at the moment. So there's a diary section where you put your months of the year. So you've got it as a normal diary. I've got the addresses of, so this is technically my work one. I've got addresses of like you and the others that were getting the beta testing addresses. I've got some to-do lists and things like that and all sorts of bits and bobs in there. What else have I got in here actually? There's the recipes and also my suppliers and like my kilogram cost, my cost per unit breakdowns, how many rose quartz chips do I get from a particular supplier? Does that work out a better value? Are they bigger sizes? All of that goes in here. So it's just all your notebooks, but they're on these things so you can actually like open them up and take them out. And I've had this one for years. I've got another one as well, a black one that's my like everyday one. And so yeah, moving forward this year, I've got this diary, I've got this note or this Filofax, this notebook, which is my YouTube notebook, and I've also got another diary down there as well. I've got calendars in every room, tons and tons, because I am trying really hard to get organized with the YouTubey stuff next year, because that is something I really want to work towards. Not like the YouTube being famous YouTuber or anything like that, but being organized again and actually, doing things on a schedule and things like that. That is my goal for the year anyway, is to be a bit more organized. So yes. Is it like a fancy word for an organizer? Yeah, well, it's the brand. Like they were the first ones to do organizers. That's the word. If I just said it's an organizer, you would have understood, wouldn't you? You would have known exactly what it was. But yeah, it is a brand. So it's like Hoover. Like that's a brand, but it's a vacuum. So yeah, a bit like that. That sounds good. What, doing all the, okay, I'll do your intros. Like, Instagram message me or something, and we'll have a chat, and I'll have a go at a couple for you. And yeah, I mean, in terms of editing, you could do, you could, I don't know, like I use that. What's that app called? I can't remember what it's called. Picture This. There you go. That's what it's called. And it's basically a plant identifying app. Now, I think I pay £2.80 a month for it, because whenever we do walking, I do really like to go, oh, what is this plant? Is this something I can use magically? Is it something I can use herbally? Is it something I can use in cooking? What is this plant? I'm going to use this palette, by the way, as an eyeshadow, as a brow palette as well. I'm going to mix these two browns together, which could go either way. Could be a roaring success or huge, great, big, smelly failure. Not sure which. So yeah, so like that would be a really useful thing, for you to maybe look into it. I know money's tight. I think there is another free version of it as well, where you can, but that means you can like identify plants and that. I mean, the other thing to do would be to get it on the month free trial thing or whatever they do, and then go to your walk, write down what all the plants are, and then sack off the free trial so you never have to pay for it. That might work. But yeah, that would be really interesting. I just love people's vlogs. I'm a nosy bitch. I want to see what all your houses are like. I want to see, do your doors need repainting as well, but you've been dead for 18 months so you weren't able to do anything, things like that. You do a bullet journal because you make your own structure up as you go. That's the problem. I couldn't bullet journal for that. I couldn't bullet journal for that reason, because it would take me, by the time I've drawn everything out each month, I'd be too knackered. And then there was 1 month, I did it for 3 months, I think, earlier this year. And then I did it for 2 months earlier this year, January and February. By the time March came along, I was full of cold, so I didn't do it in March. I didn't write it, like draw the grids out. But then it was halfway through the month, and I was like, oh, now I've missed all the, what was I feeling on whatever days. And then it got to the point where I was like, oh, I just can't be asked. I just can't be bothered spending so many hours drawing out all my, I don't enjoy that. What I would like to do is be able to have something where I go, and then I want a list here and this on the, I want a bespoke service where people do it for me. But I've got to say, for those of you that might want to do journaling and things, but or want a Filofaxy type thing, this is from Poundland, right? It's £3. It's the Yes You Can diary thing. Let me just remove that there. So yeah, £3, right? And it's got name, address, and goals for the year, and then it's got your month. But then what it then has is it has your to-dos and goals for the month, like on a separate page. And then on each day, you've got your habit tracker on one side and a meal planner on the other. So your habit tracker, for each week, I should say, your habit tracker, you've got your water intake, your exercise, hours of sleep, steps, and then you've got 2 blank ones as well. So you can absolutely like monitor all of that. So this is what I'm doing. And then at the back of each month, there are 3 perforated shopping lists that you just pull out. So, there's 6 in total. So you've got, 1 per week and a bit extra, and there's a couple of pages of notes as well. So this I thought was brilliant. And I do have another one that I've picked up in Aldi as well, of all places, another diary, because I am determined, as I say, to get organized this year. I can't do much about the time blindness. I can't do much about, going off on tangents and things, but I can manage, at least knowing a schedule and trying then to at least try to keep to it, you know what I mean? In terms of YouTube, but also in terms of appointments, like monitoring, have I had my my blocker this quarter? Have I, when am I due to get more XYZ? What am I due to do this? You know what I mean? So I think, and that's something I really struggle with, because again, with the time blindness that I now know is an actual thing, I forget. Like, I don't know whether COVID has made my ADHD worse. I don't know whether it's brought it to the front. I don't know whether it's, growing older has triggered it, because again, I've never had treatment for it or even an actual diagnosis as yet. So I don't know exactly like how that side of things work, which is this one. In that case, let's tone that one down by bring that out a little bit. So yeah, so I don't know kind of from that perspective whether it's all just linked in with having gone through COVID with no, being ill for 5 weeks with no idea of what medication we were supposed to be taking or anything else, because there wasn't any at the time. So yeah, it's just really, I find it really difficult to be organized. I mean, I've got a pile of shit next to me here, and Rufus is a very organized, like he used to have clean lines everywhere, and this flat now looks like a jumble sale at all times. I'm very careful what angles I film from, because it's not messy, it's just untidy, because my brain, I'll put something down and then forget that it even existed, because that's part of ADHD. But anyway, let's do some more makeup, talking about, going off on tangents. So yeah, I will be doing lots more scheduling next year. And the other reason I want to do videos and have a couple of videos in the bag ahead of things is because I don't want to have what happened with Ness when we did our Christmas look video collab, where it was due to go up at a certain time. And it would have done with probably, like, it would have been uploaded and ready to go with half an hour, with a half-hour window, because on YouTube, if you, like, for me going live at 11, for a notification to go out to say this is happening in 30 minutes, this all has to be done no later than 10:29, because it has to have that full 30 minutes to send the things out. So, which is great. But on Ness's video, it was uploaded, it would have all been completed and everything would have been done before the half hour. So it would have been absolutely fine. So it would have sat there waiting to go for 30 minutes. But I then realized as I was putting the cards in that the timing was off and that the thing was out of sync. And so then I was like, oh, great. Do I leave it and then have this collab video where, some people that might not have ever watched one of my videos before because they're Ness's subscribers, somebody might be thinking, oh God, what the hell? She's got this, everything's out of sync and it's all over the place. She's going, oh, and as you can see, this lovely lipstick that I'm using now, I'm putting this very carefully and it's a bloody powder. So by the time I pulled it, gone back into the editing software, re-edited it, rescheduled everything, exported it and then uploaded it to YouTube, it was a couple of hours late, and it annoys me. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, Neil. How are you, my friend? I hope you are well, my darling. How are you and Kathy? I hope everything is going as well as this lovely festive time can go. I'm just having a bitch and a moan and a whinge. But yeah, talking about organising and being more organised and scheduling and things, because we've already filmed our podcast for the end of the month. Is it next week? Actually, let me double check, because I need to make sure I have that up. I'm looking now for this year's calendar, because I'm not sure whether this one is going to have the last bits of December. Right, so December the 27th, 28th, December 29th, which is a week today. No, a week yesterday. So I do have still a few days to edit. Because the idea is that everything will be loaded and ready to roll with a good window of time for things to go tits up, or, you know. So yeah, all of that means I need to schedule, basically. I need to get organised. But yeah, you're the same, Holland. You need to organise as well. It's a hard thing, isn't it? It's so difficult, especially with my ADHD symptoms. It really does just, it just screws with my brain. It really screws with my brain. Cleaning is the only thing you don't have energy for. Different conditions, but I think we have similar symptoms. You'll be crashing soon. Absolutely. I mean, sorry for crashing. This is my third coffee this morning, because I found that if my second, actually, because the other one was split between 2 cups. But what I found is if I keep caffeinated, then I can carry on. I can go all day. But if I don't, then I do crash out. That's when I really do suffer. So yeah, it is similar. It really is similar, Matt. By the way, Neil, we were talking with Matt earlier, or Redcap. It's not really called Matt, but you know, we were talking with Redcap earlier about maybe coming on the podcast at some point next year, or doing like because our monthly ones I really like, where they're meandering. And I know we briefly mentioned about doing like an ad hoc added one every now and again, where we've got a guest on or something. I think that would be really funky. So yeah, we might have another guest with Matt and with Holland. You're back and the makeup is done. It's not. I've only done my eyes. That's all. And I haven't even finished that, Nate. I've been chatting. A parcel just came from me. Thank you. That's absolutely fine, my darling. Thank you very, 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 very much. No, that's not a problem, my darling. I feel free to open it early if you want. Feel free to, you know, whatever you want. They're just some bits and bobs, but the only thing I would, you can put it on socials if you need to, but don't worry about it. Like, I'd rather it not be plastered over the socials unless you want to. But yeah, like, it's not, they're not for that. It's just a little, well, it's, what are you doing? I can see his legs kicking. It's just very weird. It's the Catrice stuff, and then just a couple of other bits that I've had, and I was thinking, I might be able to send them to Ness without giving you all my old shit, but you know what I mean. As if by magic, Anita. Yes, as if by magic. I wish it was. I wish I could conjure something. Your parcel's come too. Fabulous. Thank you. I'm so pleased. Oh my God. I went out and posted. What did I post? 7 parcels. And I spent over 50 quid on postage sending out some parcels. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. It was bonkers. But you know, it's my own fault for leaving everything so blooming late. Again, scheduling, lack of scheduling. This is what I'm learning in my life. I need to be more scheduled. Also, I've got a really good idea about project planning. There's this thing called a wish list. No, it wasn't called that. What did she call it? A temptation list. That was it. And the idea is that if there's something you want, unless it's for a video, which is my caveat. So, for instance, if I see, like, if Makeup Revolution do a really interesting collab, not that they ever have, but if they, because their collabs are really, anyway, they're interesting quality. I don't mean like with Soph and Jack, because they're great. I mean like collabs with Elf, like just like the film, not the company. You know what I mean? Anyway, if they do a really interesting collab or a really interesting palette that I'm really excited about, or say if Juvia's Place come out with something really cool, or Fenty come out with an amazing palette, I want to be able to buy something if I'm really excited about it, but only if I'm really excited. Does that make sense? Like, I really want to try the Juvia's Place foundation because apparently it's good, but we'll see. But I want, yeah, so I'm going to still be doing that. What was I saying? I was saying something and then I got distracted by the dogs and my attention span went. I can't remember what I was saying. Talking about something. Ruby, why are you like, what? Why are you being weird? Why are you being weird? Why are you being weird? What? Why are you being strange? Why are you being strange? Why are you being strange? Oh, she's being very strict. What? Do you want to go? But you can't go behind me because there's literally no space. It's different for Eddie. Okay, well, look, I'll sit forward a bit and then you can go behind me, even though it's going to hurt Mummy's back. Oh, gosh. Right. Okay, hang on, everyone. You know, the dog gets blooming priority. It's entirely up to you, my darling, but it's not an issue. What was I doing? Eyeliner, that's what I'm looking for. I think, do I still have my deep green eyeliner in here? I might have. Ruby, oh no, that's Ed, sorry. Mr. Eddie was what? No, the temptation list. Thank you, Anita. Yes, the temptation list. So basically the idea is, right, if you are tempted by something, unless it's for a video, unless it's an item that you really want now for whatever reason, then you just write it down on your wish list and you look at it, and then either at your 3-monthly quarterly refresh or at the end of the month or whenever, you basically then go back in and go, do I really want it? And if it's not something you're going to be reviewing for the channel, so it's not something you need to get up immediately, it gives you a chance to look at the reviews from other people, say, you know, has Joe Blogs' channel, have they found this item to be amazing? Have they found it not? What have they found out? You know, what have they found works for them? Did they, you know, was this palette highly overrated? Was it, you know, it gives you a chance to find all that out and work out your opinion. But also, because you're not in that FOMO, buy it now, click now, add to cart, it basically means you then get to reassess it and go, do I really need it? Do I really want it in my collection? And I know for me, there are a couple of palettes that if I ever see Jawbreaker heavily reduced, it's one that I will probably maybe think about, because I've got so many rainbow palettes. I don't need it. And you'll see in the Revolution video tomorrow, there's even a palette missing because it's one of the Pride palettes that wasn't in that collection because I don't know where I've put it. And so I've got multiple rainbow palettes, but there's still this thing about the Jawbreaker one that I haven't got. And so at some point, if that is on sale, if that's like, you know, instead of it being £52, it's £20, then I might grab it. It wasn't part of the Jeffree Star $12 range. Otherwise, I would have grabbed it. But I have got 24 new lipsticks coming from Jeffree Star. So yeah, I don't really need to buy any more lipsticks, do I? But yeah, so that was the idea: is that you put it on a temptation list, and then you reassess it, and then like your quarterly refresh. At that point, if you are decluttering a couple of palettes or you're decluttering, you know, whatever, you can then make an assessment. And I think I'm going to do one in, one out next year, unless it's something specifically for a video. I'm going to create a list of companies that I want to look out for. One is going to be Colourpop. If there's a really interesting collab and I can get it relatively fast. The other one is going to be Revolution because of the price point and because they're UK based. And then also I'm looking at a couple of indie brands as well. So yeah, I know, right, Matt? Ed, you said going to sound thick, but what's Project Pan? So Team Project Pan is basically where we are taking one of every item of the of the makeup process and trying to pan it. So like if this is my eyeshadow palette, well, it won't be an eyeshadow palette. So let's say I use this eye primer, right? I've got a set of digital micro mini scales. And basically what I'll do is weigh this eye primer and say, right, beginning of January, and I've got a, I can show you because I went old school. There is a spreadsheet which I added on the thing. But I've got here, Project Pan is the last one at the back. So I have here quarterly refresh. So the 1st of April, 2nd of July, 3rd is October, or not the 1st, but you know what I mean? They're the ones. Bring back old items in October. Weigh every month, panning photos. So if something like a powder, I'm going to take a picture so you can see it. And then it says roll items in when something is empty or rolled out. And then I've got my list of items. So basically this eye primer I will weigh and I'll write down the start weight of it, and then every update, so every month there will be this is, you know, I start this in January. If I've still got it in July, it's like, right, I've been using it for 7 months or for 6 months. Like at that point, how much is left? How much are we up to? It doesn't mean they're the only products I can use. So if I want to use, you know, if I've got, say that product, and then there's, okay, say lipsticks, say I've got this one in my Project Pan, but actually I want a black smoky, you know, black lip look, then I can use other items. It's just that I need to concentrate on my Project Pan. So that's what a Project Pan is. Basically, you are trying to pan the items that you are using. I'm going to use my blue liner. If anyone knows, by the way, if anyone on the beauty side of things knows where I can get hold of some really interesting coloured eyeliners, I am really struggling. Like, I got the 3 Funky Fenty ones, and they don't seem to be making them anymore. I picked up the Collection White eyeliner because doing that look with Ness, the original one with the stars on, I thought I had a white liner, and it turns out I didn't. But I want like a emerald green. I want, you know, I want some really funky colors. But obviously in 24 days or in whatever days time in the new year, when all the Jeffree Star lipsticks turn up, they're all eye safe. So I will have multiple greens and multiple shades of, you know, nude, which is my lip, all the way through to a deep rich brown or rich crimson color that I can use on my eyes. So yeah, that will be a thing. I forgot, Matt, I was doing this because you said about doing, you know, a look based on one of my guides. So I do like that idea as a challenge. Don't forget, everybody, I do still have on the back of this year's diary, or rather on the insert of this year's diary, I do still have all sorts of collab ideas left from when me and Kirsty were doing the monthly collabs. Now, I do believe that's something we are looking at doing in some sort of capacity again. So again, Ness, if you want to join, if you know, lots of people want to join the collabs, we can make that an absolute thing. After Christmas there will be sales if you want. There were a ton of sales before Christmas. I did buy some couple of makeup items. I tended to get things that I know I'm going to use, like my foundations, because they're items that, you know, in March, I'm going to need a foundation, or April or May, I'm going to need to replace my foundation. So why not pick one up now and get it for £5 instead of £9? You know what I mean? So that's why I did pick up some items in the Black Friday and pre-Christmas sales. Oh, sorry, but bear in mind, to be fair, most of the stuff that I bought in the sales was my standards, you know, so it was like getting another concealer because I'm running out of concealer and stuff, which is really annoying when I've then bought Christmas presents, and then immediately after that, literally, oh my God, December was so crap, because literally I was like hanging on. November hit and I still didn't know what I was going to do in terms of Chrissy Prezzies. And then December, I was like, right, place an order. So I placed an order from a particular supplier or a particular company. Got the order, didn't get the order, but placed the order, blah, blah, blah. It's going to take a few days for shipping. I think 2 days later, everything that I'd ordered, 2 days later, everything I'd ordered was suddenly in a up to 50% off sale. Everything. Literally, apart from maybe one item, but everything was either 40 or 30 or 40% off what I'd paid for it. All because I was too late for Black Friday and too impatient for Christmas, because I didn't want to get to a point where like we missed the Christmas, because obviously I need to wait for stuff to arrive at me and then spend a day or two to wrap items to then put them into the post. All of that takes a few days. So yeah, it was just so annoying. Just so annoying. So very annoying. So yeah, there's a few items have gone out. Come on, you bugger. Why is my eye not... Oh, there we go. I think this is drying up because I keep talking instead of doing my bloody makeup. There we go. I'm also going to be doing a different... I've been looking at... hang on. There we go. I've been trying, or I've been looking at a few different techniques of doing liquid eyeliner and hooded eyes on my hooded eyes. So there's a few. Why do I look like, what was she called? Was it Heather from EastEnders? Why do I get that? Is it the blue? It might be the blue, and because it is pulling more blue than green. It's annoying. It really is annoying. It really is annoying, Holland. You are very, very, very right. It is very annoying. You hadn't been, you see, unfortunately, Black Friday, what did I get in Black Friday? I think I only bought things for me. I think Black Friday, I only bought items for me because I got the Colourpop collection, and what else did I get? I can't remember. I got Colourpop. There was something else I picked up Black Friday. Oh no, Rufus's. I think I might have got one of Rufus's presents on Black Friday as well, but it didn't turn up for 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, which was weird. But yeah, because I knew that next year I'm doing my my low buy, and because I knew that I wanted to do my Project Pan, I've purposely not been buying random makeup. Like, I've absolutely purposely tried to only buy something if it was something that I was really excited about, or if it was something that I could justify to myself to add into the collection. And as I say, the only ones really were the Colourpops, because I was like, wow, I didn't think I could get Colourpop properly. And I know Kirsty said to me like 15 times, you just buy it online and you pay the shipping there and then. And as I said earlier, when I tried that with Juvia's, they don't offer that, which is why I haven't got a full face coming of Juvia's, because I wasn't about to spend like $60 on makeup and $100 or $70 or $50 on shipping and duties, taxes. And it would have been about 50 quid probably, and it just wasn't worth it. Like, why pay £40 for makeup and £50 for shipping? That negates the whole sale thing. It really does. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent because I was looking for my other mascara. Oh, it's in there. Of course it is. Where is it? I'm sure I put it in there. Right at the bottom, obviously, right at the bottom. Oh, thank you. You watched your Tarot in Healing Circle, 3 p.m. What? 4 p.m. to 3 a.m. Okay. Oh, you watch it on replay. Oh, love. Oh, thank you. I just realised I was about to say something cheeky, and I can't even say it in jest because it will get me into trouble with the YouTube machine gods, our Lord and Saviour. Colourpop, that is. Colourpop, our Lord and Saviour, which is something Teresa is Dead says all the time. I know, right? Do you notice as well, recently, there's been very little conversation from me about interesting Slimming Worldy stuff, partly because a lot of things we've filmed. So searching for Slimming World items, we've done a lot of shops. We've got a few more shops. If you want us to go to Sainsbury's, Asda, Tesco's, where's the big Morrison's? Yeah, Morrison's, because there's a big one of those in Bradford. And then there's also, what was the other one we were going to go to? I can't remember. There was another one anyway. So yeah, we might do all of those as well. We might do all of those. You'd be gutted, Ed. I know, right? I know, my friend. It was a thing. It was an absolute thing. I mean, it wasn't, because look, I don't mind. Like, I've only bought like a few small gifts for the spanners. I bought, a couple of items for Rufus. I mean, they were quite expensive. Well, not like, it's £55 for a video game. That to me sounds really expensive. I don't know whether that's just like normal now and I'm just an old fart. But it's sort of one of those things that, yeah, there's been a bit of money spent out, which I don't mind. It's Christmas time and I like giving people presents. Will the live Aldi video be uploaded? No, Neil, it's gone. It's disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know whether Rufus was filming it, and I don't know whether he unclicked it or it wasn't like you had to do something. All I know is that when I went to use my phone a couple of hours later, I was checking something on Insta probably. It was still on the YouTube page. So I clicked close and then was like, oh, I hope I wasn't still live like for 5 hours or something. I was like, oh, I hope not. But I don't think I was. And then when I went in to go and look at the audio video, because I was like, oh, let me go look at because Rufus said something about my eyeshadow. I was like, oh, let me go and have a look. And at that point, it was gone to the heavens, gone. It was a goner. So I don't know what happened. I don't know whether Rufus pressed the wrong thing or when I closed it down, whether I was not supposed to do that. So I don't know, but you wouldn't have heard, Neil. We're going to be doing a live every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m, a live stream each and every Wednesday evening, because we're not going to be doing, as of this Saturday coming, which is Christmas Day, that will be our last, our penultimate car vlog. There'll be one more car vlog to go, and that will then, we're then going to be doing no more. And as of the first Wednesday in January, which I think is the 5th, we will be doing live streams 7 p.m. on a Wednesday evening on this channel, literally straight out of Slimming World, straight into the car, and we'll be doing a live stream because we kick out about 10 to 7. So we will be there for that. So make sure you come and join us, everybody, if you want to know about what we've weighed in, how we're doing with all of that. If that's something that is interesting to you, then join us for that. There will still be a weekly video where we talk about the food that we've had this week, but that will be filmed or edited after the Wednesday, so we can say this is the food that we've had that gave us a £5 loss or a £10 gain or whatever it is. This is what we've been doing this week, but we're also going to include like all of our food, rather than just it being our main meals. So, a little bit more editing, and there might be a little bit of video inserts as we're chatting about stuff or as we're cooking stuff as well. And Rufus is also talking about every now and then on a Tuesday doing a cook along with. So we'll do a Tuesday cook-along-ish. We don't know about that yet, but definitely the live stream for the weigh-in, that's going to be what's going on. So I'm going to be doing a Sunday live, a Thursday live, a Wednesday live, a podcast, ordinary videos, like pre-recorded videos. Reaction videos are coming as well, because there's some stuff like Neil and I have been talking about various witchy films and horror films and things that a lot of them I haven't seen because I am a bad gothy witchy horror fan. I am. So there's a few videos that I need to watch for the first time and react to. So they'll be fun. So yeah, and some other, the documentaries. We found a real life witch in Iowa, and it'd be like, okay, interesting. Wow. So yeah. So lots of things happening next year. Lots of things happening next year. Let me just see, because maybe by a coinkydink, do I still have Money Heist, or what was it called? Money Heist? What was it called? Money something. I do. Is that Wet Dream? No, it's Money Honey. It's a green highlighter by JSC. Look, I've spent the money now. I'm going to refer to him as JSC. That's what I'm going to do, because that's what it is, right? So I don't promote it. I don't buy a lot of new stuff apart from 24 lipsticks and a display stand. But, apart from all of that, I don't buy a lot of new stuff. And then I got it in a $12 sale. You know what I mean? $12 for a lip bundle. It costs him more to do than that. So he's not making any money off me for that. That is now how I'm comfortable paying for JSC. Either it's got to be secondhand or in a sale at ridiculously cheap, because that way, I don't feel like I'm giving him too much money, but I'm still buying products that I like the quality of, because it is about the makeup, not the people behind them. But also, having said that, I don't want to give money to, pieces of human trash. So yeah, it's a complicated relationship I have with makeup. You don't do Christmas presents, Holland, as it's too much stress. Exactly. Commercialism. You hate it all, but we'll send a package at some random time to make you smile. Oh, I'm not. I don't send things out for that reason. There was something, literally, as a member of the Spanish squad, I saw something. I was ordering some things. I saw something, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. I don't know whether it's something that you'll actually like or anything, but you might not. So yeah, it's just a little thing. It's just a little thing, a little token to say thank you. So like, please don't say. I never send anything to receive anything. Please don't. That's a shame. Oh, hang on. I've got highlights on my finger. It happened when you closed it down. Yeah, I know. It's probably my fault. I just closed it too quick. At New Year's, it's tradition for Egyptian pagans to give someone a Sekhmet necklace, apparently. But you don't have anyone to gift. Oh, you can always send me a necklace if you want. I don't mind. Sekhmet. Hang on. That is ringing a bell. Wasn't there an H in there, though? I think that's what's thrown me, wasn't it? Wasn't there an Sekhmet? Why is Sekhmet ringing all sorts of bells that this is a name I know and I should remember what it connects to? Definitely one of the gods. Definitely one of the darker gods, if I remember. I don't remember, but that's ringing a bell and I can't think why. Anyway, highlighter. Also, by the way, 2022, I'm not justifying my purchases. If I like something, it's my money. I'll put it where I want. I do try and shop socially and like honestly, and like being socially aware. And I do try and use like decent brands and things. But if you look at any brand, every single brand has people attached to them that are not great peoples. Like everybody does, whether that's the big ones like L'Oreal or whether it's your little independents. Wow. Look at that. Look how the highlight has just been. That is incredible. Wow. Instant bonkers. See, this is it. Like, I wish it wasn't Jeffrey behind this, but he might be a despicable human, but he absolutely knows his makeup, and I know there's no justification, and I know some people will absolutely cancel me for using him, but again, it's, I only buy secondhand and I only buy sort of where I can. But anyway, I don't know why I keep feeling I have to justify it. I don't have to justify it, but obviously I'm feeling guilty, otherwise I wouldn't keep trying to justify it, would I? Anywho, you're worried now. Probably you're tired. Lying goddess fierce. What Sekhmet is? Sekhmet's a lying goddess? excuse me, I'm going to have a look. I'm going to have to, thank you, Ed. I'm going to have a look and see why Sekhmet is ringing the bell. I don't know why that's ringing a bell. You don't do Christmas either or New Year here, but if we find something fun to give people, then it's a coincidental Christmas present. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. It's like, I have sent you something, Neil, and it's something that you may well have. I don't know, to be honest, but it's something that I think if you don't have, it's something that you might like, hopefully. So yeah, it's not a Christmas present. It's more of a thank you for being my friend all these years and keeping me sane and being amazing. And it's winter time and it's cold and dark and we've gone through a shitty year and we've now got a podcast together. So let's, here's a little token of appreciation, I guess. But it's not about celebrating the birth of, a mythical being that never existed. And if he did, he was born in August. Anyway, so money is fun, Neil, is it? I don't think money's fun. I've never had money. Like, in all honesty, I've never had money. I've earned and spent bucket loads, but I've never had money. Materialistic things like, they don't mean much to me. She says with a £30 or whatever it was highlighter that I think I only paid a £5 before, but she says again, justifying using that company. Shut up, Lisa. These are the thoughts that normally happen in my head when I'm not live. What do I still need to do? By the way, I'm not doing foundation today because my skin is actually feeling okay. So about maybe 1 or 2 days out of the week, I'll just do an eye base if I'm doing an eye look and then do a little bit of powder products. In the same way that 2 days a week, I don't do my skincare. I do it 5 days a week with all of the serums and everything. And on the like day 6 and 7, I'll just do a little bit of moisturizer just to allow my skin a little bit of a breather before bombarding it with products again. Just what works for me. Don't feel the need to justify something. If you like something, then you like something. No judgment here. Maybe because your morals are non-existent. It's not so much even about morals. It's just like I completely disagree with everything that Jeffrey said in terms of racist, like his racist past. But also it's in the past and people make mistakes and they move on. It's just whether or not he is questionable and debatable. But again, it's not my place to forgive him or not forgive him. It's for members of that community to decide. And it's one of those things where I don't believe he's done anything particularly evil recently. Is he a nice person? No. Is he any different to a lot of people that I've met on the scene over the years? No, he's not, and you take people at face value and at least that's my philosophy. And then when we're talking about makeup, it's like, Illamasqua is a highlighter, right? Illamasqua, a company that is owned by ... can't remember, but the big ones that own Glossybox and all the rest. It's a massive company. This is not necessarily the most ethical brand. It's not the most, it's not using all natural ingredients and all natural products that are all, whateverable, recyclable and biodegradable. It's not doing all of that. It is just a consumer product. I try and shop sustainably and responsibly where I can, but by the same token, this is a bloody good concealer. And it is a bloody good concealer and it's a product that I genuinely enjoy. So, anyway, again, I'm justifying. I don't need to. I need to shut up. Money's fun when you're poor. Absolutely, it is when you're poor. You want to open a witch shop. I would not go to physical retail for love nor money at the moment. What about you, Holland? Would you ever turn it into a physical bricks and mortar shop? Personally, I absolutely, the idea of that, I mean, bearing in mind, I used to work in one. That's when me and Neil met way back when, 100 years ago, back when, I was only minorly middle-aged. But that's where we met, was in a witchy shop. So, yeah. And I know that these days, I don't think the market is there. I really don't. I don't think it's, you know, it's not for people not wanting the products. It's just the physical bricks and mortar, like any area, unless it's Cornwall or Salem or like Pendle, somewhere associated with witches. I don't think a bricks and mortar, like Glastonbury, where it's part of the reason for going. I don't actually think a bricks and mortar shop these days would work, because in any, like, unless you're in like Greater Manchester or London maybe, or Birmingham, where you've got a massive, oh, that's the door. Hang on, where you've got a massive community. I know, right? I'm about to go and open the door with only half an eye done. Well, half a concealer blended, I should say. Right, everyone, bear with 1 second. Bear with. Oh. Thank you. Oh, we've got an exciting parcel. We got an exciting parcel. This is going to be on a video, so I'm not going to show you. Hang on, let me do it like that. This is, it says, please open immediately. My exotic fruit. Oh, wow, so excited. Super excited for that. Wow, right, okay, where's this? That's in the bin. I don't know who that is for. Excuse me, doggos. I do need to go there, you know. I don't know who that is. That's not at this address. Right, there we go. There we go. And we're back in the room. Oh, gosh, Lord. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. In real life, retail is dying. You'll just win the lottery and move somewhere witchy. We don't have any here. Have to order everything online these days. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. Some things will never change. Kenneth Grindley. Hello, Kenneth. 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Hello, my friend. Oh, what's our MP writing to us for? What's he want? Why you're fighting to make it against the law for MPs to have second jobs. Good luck getting that passed. They're earning too much money at the trough with their noses in it, aren't they? Anyway, I didn't say that. Right. Yeah, that's a shame. I thought I was expecting something else. Never mind. But yeah, a whole box of exotic fruit we've got from the interwebs. I know. There'll be a whole video about that coming up. So yeah, there's a witchy shop local to you, Holland. Happily, but oh, why won't my mouse work now? Since the pandemic, you've been exclusively buying everything online. I know, right? Partly because, you know, well, for me, it's partly because I don't trust, you know, retailers, physical retailers anymore to be safe. You know, I don't trust that everyone in there is going to be observing the 2 meter rule or whatever else. Oh, I was going to do purples today, and then I ended up doing green. What's going to go well with this look? Maybe a deep berry red or a black. What have I got? Or the pink. I mean, it tells you something, doesn't it? That the lippies I brought out for today are all JSC. But, you know, it's because I like them. I like the quality. There's oh, hang on. You'll have to make it to Boscastle at some point. You went years ago. The museum is great. I really want to go. I cannot tell you how much I want to go to Boscastle. I cannot tell you how much I want to go to Boscastle. I have wanted to go to the Witches Museum since I heard it existed, basically. Since I heard it existed. Absolutely, I really do. Let me just see, have I got So lipstick options, we've got a purple, a lavender and a pink. And then I've got a berry, a black and a soft nudie pink. Maybe we'll go for this softy nudie pink. That might work with this. Because again, we're still doing that little wispy, no we're not, Laguna, aren't we? So I shouldn't use have I got a blue? I haven't got a blue lipstick. I've got a blue gloss though, or like a blue glittery tinted gloss. That might work. And I also need that out as well. So yes, right, let's do the nudie lip with the... Where is my mirror? There it is. You could meet other witchy people pretty easily in shops. Yeah, as I say, that's where me and Neil met years ago. In fact, we talk about that in our podcast coming up next Wednesday, 1 week yesterday, on the 20th of the month. Yes. You have a lot of fake spiritual shops that sell salt lamps, a few overpriced candles and incenses, and Yankee. Yeah, there's a lot of those. I mean, those blooming salt lamps are everywhere. She says with one in every room. We've got one in here, one in the bedroom, one in the back room, because they help with Rufus's breathing. But yeah, they are dangerous for kitties, and generally not so great for many reasons, to be brutally honest. But yeah. Right, here we go. So it's a very cool pink, isn't it? A very cool pink. Red cap. These shops sell everything for 2 or 3 times the price originally. Amazon has lots of great prices or deals. To be fair, the standard retail markup is 2.4%. No, is 2.4. So basically, the idea is that say if you buy this for £1, right? So wholesale company, I want to sell this for, or I want to buy this. This is £1. So you add on your tax, which is 20% in the UK. So you add that on, and then whatever that is, whatever that total is, you double it, and that's your retail price. So for this would be £1 plus your tax, which is 20p. So your retail price would be a minimum of £2.40. And that is the same for electrical items, big ticket items, low ticket items. It's the same across retail. That has always been the standard. And then when you get discount retailers, you get somebody going, right, I'm not going to make £1 on this. I'm happy to make 50p on it, but to sell 5 times as much because my overall profit is higher. But the margins get squeezed. And this is when they talk about squeezing margins. That's what they're talking about, because eventually it gets to the point where you're making 10p. And that might sound great, or you're still making a profit, but that 10p then has to pay for all of the physical rent for your shops, has to pay for your staffing levels, has to pay for your electricity bills, your rates, your taxes, your business expenses, your advertising, your marketing, all of everything has to pay for everything out of the profit, which is why very rarely do the smaller companies, it's why Poundland have packets of crisps where you get 5, not 6 for £1, and then you go to Tesco's and you get 6 for 79p, because there's different margins involved and because there are different prices. So yeah, that is the standard, is that you buy something from a wholesaler, and like the RRP, the expected retail price, is at least 2.5 times the price that you sell it, that you buy it for from a wholesaler. However, there are exceptions to that, like tarot cards. Tarot cards from a lot of the wholesalers, because I've been looking into it, obviously with Authentic Witch. The tarot cards to buy at wholesale prices, you're looking at £25 a deck. And so if I wanted to sell a tarot deck and I'm paying £20 for a deck, using that 2.4 times markup rate, you would be expecting to then pay £48 for that £20 deck. And that's where you get into the bit on the other end of the scale where no one's going to pay £48 for that £20 deck. So that's where you kind of end up going back into this element of some items you sell for a smaller profit because they're items that will bring people into your business. In the old days, it was a loss leader. In other items like this, buy it for £1, but the going rate for not this particular item, but the going rate for XYZ might be £6. Like if everywhere's selling it for £6, then you might decide, right, because I only paid £1 for this, I will sell it for £5.70. So I'm slightly undercutting the average price, but I'm still making a healthy profit margin. And then this item that you are paying £20 for, you're then able to sell this item for maybe £30. So you're making less profit, but you are still making a profit, because hopefully somebody will buy this item for your £35, £30, whatever it is. And this one will then end up buying, and will also pick up 3 of these. So overall, your profit margin kind of balances out. But then you get Amazon. And Amazon is like the online Poundland of the world. So they buy stuff at so tight margins. So like the company that makes this, so wholesale price will normally be £1 to me. Amazon comes in and says, right, that's great, £1's good, but you're not selling to Lisa and her, I don't know what, 20 foot by 30 foot retail space. You're selling to Amazon, where we have 17 billion customers in the UK alone. So if you want to reach our 17 billion customers, you have to sell this item not for the £1 that you sell it to Lisa for to sell on. You have to sell it to us for 37 pence, even though it costs you 34 pence to make. And that is where things get really, really tight, because Amazon has the buying power to do that and to force businesses, if they want to survive, they've got to offer those smaller margins, and they make less money, but they're then selling in bulk, because then Amazon goes on and puts their markup on it and sells in bulk. So it's really complicated. It's a really complicated market. Retail is really difficult, which is why the online space has made so many changes. And it's why quite often you can find things online cheaper, because you're not paying for those overheads. So if you don't have to pay for your rent, your electricity, your staffing costs in the same way as having a bricks and mortar shop, then basically you can charge £30 for a tarot deck that you're buying in at £20 plus your VAT, because you're making a £5 profit. And the idea is then, if you can, you've flogged 20 tarot decks, you've made £100, whereas in a retail shop, you'd have to sell them at a higher price. So again, it's all about those margins. It's so complicated. But that is also why I do recommend, she says getting comfortable now, I know, right? But that is why I do recommend for people, if you're able to buy from a bricks and mortar witch shop, because otherwise it will close. That is the reality. It's one of those things that, I would rather. Okay, so say with Authentic Witch, right? We sell beeswax candles for anything from £6 to £9 for a packet, and you get a limited number. So say you get 4 beeswax candles on the standard range for £6, say, or £6.50. I can't remember exactly how much they are, because I've been on live for over 3 hours. But anyway. So say it's £6. That might sound like a lot, but these are handmade. These are made with the finest quality beeswax that we can get, or that Kirsty can get. These are made with scents that aren't just crappy, cheap chemicals. These are very good quality, perfumes or oils or essential oils. And the higher quality you get, the more it costs. And then because we're not buying in massive bulk, you don't get the Amazon style like reductions, but also they're bought ethically, and the plastic cups that Kirsty uses are reusable and biodegradable. It's, a specific type of plastic that will rot down or decompose. The packaging has all been thought out. And so it's one of those things that, you can buy cheap tea lights. And yes, you can buy cheap wax melt. You can go to Poundland and buy a wax melt for £1. It will fill your house with chemicals, and it won't be as nice. It might smell okay, but will it have the same, presence? Will it create more than just a niff in the corner? Will it actually fill the room with scent? Will it actually, release, aromatherapy grade essential oils that do positive things? Will it actually do that? Probably not if you're buying a candle or wax mount for £1, because that £1 has to cover the cost of the tax, the shipping. It has to cover the cost of all of the ingredients and the packaging and the marketing and getting it into the shops. The actual particular costs are really, really, really small. I know. What's tarot is like $30 in store for small basic ones. Yeah, that's how much. The Star Spinner tarot that I bought, I think that was £38 for that deck, because it's a more specialized deck. It's not just a standard deck. And I remember, but then when I was in the shop working, where I met Neil, and that's 20 odd years ago, at that point tarot decks were £23, £22.50, £23 in a shop. So again, it can be complex online too, selling to the US particularly. I've just had that. We've just had that, to be honest. We've just had that as well, Holland. We sold some tea light candles to America, and I made a mistake with the postage. And it turns out once everything was done, the total price on Etsy, we basically, the person paid £12 or 11, it was like $16 or $17, but anyway, it worked out just under £12 for these tea light candles and postage. And when I put it in the post, the cheapest postal option for that was £11.50. So, but because that's my error, I personally paid for the postage and took the hit on that, because that's my mistake for doing that. So yeah, you're looking at items where if you are shipping internationally, you have to consider that, because otherwise, if you included the actual, if we'd said it was, £8 for the tea lights and, or £6, no, they were the special ones. They were £8 for the tea lights, and they're amazing. They're worth that, and I'm bound to say that, aren't I? But they are oh my God, they're amazing. They're so special. And again, it's like, it's not an everyday tea light. It's a special occasion tea light. But anyway, so yeah, they obviously sell at £8, but then you pay Etsy for the listing costs and all of that. And then you pay your shipping. And actually, as I say, we would have had to have charged £20 for those tea lights to include the shipping costs. And the issue is then when you transfer that into dollars, you're paying $25, $30 for 4 tea light candles. And that then gets to the point where no one's going to pay that, because they can go to their local down the road witchy shop or handmade candle place and buy, tea lights from somewhere local for a lot less than $20 or a lot less than, $30, $35. So it's difficult. It really is difficult in the online space and in the in real life space, the IRL shop space. It really is. It's hard. It's an adventure, and it's something that is thoroughly interesting all the time. But it is hard. It is really difficult. Neil, finding legit crystals online is Russian roulette. Absolutely it is. Hang on. Oops. You'd rather handle them in a reputable witch shop and know they're the actual ones. Nice to handle them as well to test its vibe. Yeah, you see, I've always been the same. I've always been eBay too, absolutely, Holland. You can't tell the difference sometimes between fake and real. Kenneth is going for it with the emojis. Well done, Kenneth. I like the clown. I don't know whether that's supposed to be me, whether you're calling me a clown, but whatever. And the drink and the thumbsy uppies. Yeah, by the way, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please go ahead and do it. That would be lovely. But no, it is difficult, and it is difficult when you're trying to create something and you are trying to do things ethically. I mean, I've still got the spell candle that I bought on Etsy from somebody else, like long before Authentic Witch was ever a thing. And I bought that item because I wanted to see what a spell candle was for like £3 on Etsy plus your £1.50, whatever it was, delivery. And what I got was an IKEA tea light with a couple of herbs that had, basically what it looks like they'd done is like use one tea light, like that was lit, put that melted wax on top of another, sprinkle a couple of herbs on, put one single crystal chip on it, and put a little piece of paper in it. Not in the candle, but like in the bag. And that was what I paid £3 for. So, you know, that's not ethical. It's nothing special. It's nothing, amazing. It's no quality to it, but it's something that is sold. And the issue when you're looking at online sort of shops is that there are a lot of people that do that rather than do what Kirsty does, which is to buy in ridiculously, quality grade beeswax and ridiculously high quality ingredients and melt them down and spend time perfecting the amounts and use the herbs that she's grown in her own garden, all of that, and there's a massive difference. And yet online, somebody will very easily say, well, why is this lavender candle, why is this one this price and these ones are that price? And you go, well, they're two different things. And like with the spell kits, I put those spell kits together, and if you were to look at the individual cost item of every item, then yes, theoretically, there is a profit margin there. But of course there is, because it's a business. But everything is sourced ethically. Everything is done sustainably. The actual spells themselves have been tested and tried and tested. There were some beta testers that helped me out with that, but there's stuff that I've been doing genuinely for years as a witch, and genuinely been putting into practice for years. The protection one is something I have made time and time and time again over the years. There are black spell bottles everywhere that I have created and left and buried in grounds. Pretty much every house I've ever lived in has had some sort of working done as a protection. And so as a spell kit, and that's why they're 3-in-1 spell kits, because it's not just a candle spell, it's also a herb, it's also, a spell bottle, it's also, there's elements to it. And so, yeah, it's not a £3 spell kit, but also you're not getting a £3 spell kit worth of spell kit. Does that make sense? You should do an authentic witch box, even if it's a one-off. We have been talking about it. It's something we have genuinely been looking at, Redcap, in all honesty. But again, it's one of those things where you have to be very mindful of how many people are going to buy it. Like, do we make 50? Do we make 10? Is there a market for all of that? And it is just one of those things that we have to weigh up, and we have talked about it. We might talk about it into next year. As I say, when we launched Authentic Witch, we have got plans for it. We've got a sketch in mind for phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and phase 5. We've got a brief idea of what we want to do and how we want to get there. She says, with the dogs very loudly snoring next to her. So yeah, we've got plans for things like that, and we'll see what happens as we go along. But a sub box or a one-off or maybe even a seasonal box is something that we've talked about, we've looked at. It's just finding the right balance, finding the right time. Obviously, at the moment, Kirsty has just moved house for the second time in 6 weeks, and and the second time there's a lot of how can I put it? There's been a lot of stress with the second house and getting to the second house and all of that. It's been a very, very difficult time for her that no doubt she will talk about in her videos, but it's been difficult for her. And so, of course, we launched a business in October, and in pretty much a month later, everything goes a little bit quiet because half of the business is Kirsty. You know, I was poorly and Kirsty was moving house twice because of stuff. So, you know, it becomes interesting, doesn't it? It becomes really difficult. Could we do a poll? We could, absolutely. Couldn't you make it a limited edition box? That way you don't make too many and it piques interest. Absolutely. That's what we've been talking about, Nate. We have been talking about that, and looking at value points and offerings and all of that. And, you know, because Holland and I both use the same supplier for some items, and that supplier is used for how many people would you say, Holland? Maybe 85, 90% of the community use the same wholesaler because they've kind of cornered the market, which is great and no problem. And there's plenty within that company. There's plenty there that, you know, everybody can buy different things and everybody can also make different things and all of that. But it's about putting together a box that is going to be a good offering for people, but also make a little bit of profit for the business, but also, you know, do all of that. You're not buying from them anymore. No, I've got to say, like, we've only got the dropship items, and that's pretty much it. Some dropship items, like the heavy items, like the mugs or the teapot, the cauldrons and things, because there's no way that we'd be able to keep those in stock. And also the weight of them is difficult, whereas if they send them out, there's a flat fee. So, you know, there's pros and cons. At the end of the day, I know different people, like me and Neil, we're going to be talking about stuff in next year, about like making your own tours and things and stuff. So yeah. Misbehave. Hi Lisa, wanted some advice. You've tested positive with COVID. Oh my God, nightmare before Christmas. Your appetite is gone with, and no motivation with Slimming World while poorly. Shall I just eat what I want till January? You could do. You absolutely could do, to be honest, Misbehave. But why are you, okay, let's ask the question. Why are you Slimming Worlding? Like, why are you doing it in the first place? If you're doing it because you want to get into a bikini for summer, great. You know, you might be able to have that wiggle room where instead of it being a size 12, it's a size 14 or whatever, you know, a size 12 that's a little bit tight. However it is, if that's an option for you, then, you know, do whatever works for you. I know for me personally and for Rufus, we are not able to go, I'm going to have 2 weeks off plan or a week off plan with a lot of sugar, because that would trigger our eating disorders, which would mean we would very easily crash off plan and end up being, you know, we would end up kind of being at the beck and call of putting the weight on again. But it's entirely up to you, my darling. You're at target, so you keep up with it religiously. Then in that case, it depends. If it's just because you're feeling unwell, but also what food have you got in your house? Like, if you've got non-Slimming World food in, unless it's for family members, then why? But also, if you came in after Christmas and you had a, how can I put it? You had a maintain. Would you be happy with a maintain? If you had a gain of £2 or £5, like, where is your happy level? Holland says that they wouldn't diet or exercise while you're ill. It would take you longer to recover. Yes and no. We have been, even through, you know, being poorly with flus and everything else, we've still food optimized the whole time, because this is just how we eat. And so for us, it's easy for us because everything is in the fridge. Like, you saw, those of you that were there for the live haul, you saw what we bought. There was no like hiding out the biscuits or anything. You saw what we bought. You saw what we eat. You can't shop, so no veg, etc. If you are near a Aldi and Deliveroo, or if you're anywhere, have a look on the Deliveroo app, Misbehave, if you're in the UK, because you can get deliveries of groceries from like the Co-op, Morrison's, most of the supermarket, Lidl, Aldi, they do the things. You keep thinking of chocolate at the moment while you feel low. is that because your body is craving sugar, or is it because chocolate is like, is that your trigger? For me, again, I can only speak in my own experience. For me, I always want sugar. I always want, well, actually, no, technically, I always want pizza and savory things. Always, always, always. That's always what I want. Because that was my trigger food. And so as an addict, as somebody with an eating disorder, as an addict, I you know, any excuse for me to eat a pizza or to get a kebab, absolutely, that's exactly what I would go and do. But I also know that if I came in next week and I had a £5 gain or a £6 gain, I'd be devastated, because for me, it takes a long time to lose that weight. But again, as a target member, a little bit of moderation, a little bit of being kind to yourself. But again, it depends on your definition of kind to yourself. Again, speaking only for myself, eating crap food isn't being kind to me. It's punishment. It might taste nice because it's full of those chemicals that trigger all those reactions in my brain. So my brain goes, oh, it lights up like a Christmas tree with all the lovely, you know, the fat section and the sugar section and all of that light up. But the effect it will have on me, the weight it will make me gain, the effect it will have on my health, that's not a treat for me anymore. It's a punishment. It's just a punishment that tastes nice. You know what I mean? And that is how our mindset has really flipped. It's like, I would much rather have that box of exotic fruit that we got and, you know, have some persimmon and some mango and some pineapple. That to me is far more exciting than a mince pie or, you know, piece of Bakewell or a piece of, not Bakewell, what's it called? Battenberg that I used to love. It's far better. It's better for me and also would be more filling than that. So, but again, it's entirely up to you. I also know that if you're feeling crap, sometimes eating something that you're going to enjoy and keep the food down or up or whatever the way, you know, you're being poorly, that might be enough for you. And you might be one of those people that's lucky enough to take the corset off for a few days and then be able to put it back on. I know for me, when we've crashed off Slimming World before, if we don't get straight back on as soon as possible, then all of a sudden we are 18 months later and 4, 5, 6 stone heavier, because it's very easy to put it on and very, very hard to take it off, you know, and that's the reality. So yeah, I'm sorry that you're feeling poorly. I would say do what is right for you, my darling. Like at the end of the day, if you're too ill to cook, go for a takeaway maybe, but go for the lighter option. So, you know, kebab meat and salad, no bread, no chips. That might be okay. Or, you know, if you can get a delivery order, if you can get a cooked chicken from Morrison's or something, or, you know, from Co-op, that might be enough to help. And that way you don't have to cook a dinner. You know, it's hard. It's like when the fibro's kicking in for me, there are times where I'm just like, I can't cook. And so that's when normally we'll have a Aldi Slimwell ready meal, you know, because it's on plan and it's there and it's easy. And I'm going to finish this makeup look, by the way, because I haven't quite finished. I know 3.5 hours this live stream, but it's because I like chatting and, you know, got nothing else to do apart from edit more videos. So let's go. This is the JSC gloss. Hang on. Technically, I mean, it is about calories, but it also isn't, because not all calories are equal. And the calorie, the way that calories are actually calculated does a disservice, because it's not as simple as calories in versus calories out, because not all calories are equal. Some are empty calories. You know, if you've got 500 calories, that is just sugar. That's one thing. But if you've got 500 calories that is made up of broccoli, cauliflower, you know, and a little bit of lean beef, those are going to have two different reactions on your body. Your body's going to use those 500 calories, store them, and deal with them very differently. One is going to give you a sugar rush, a hyper, and, you know, then leave you crashing. The other one's going to have a very different impact on your body. So whilst, yes, calories in versus calorie out you also need to look at what those calories are, because not all calories are equal. You know, in the same way, 500 calories of vodka will have a very different effect to you than 500 calories of brown rice. You know what I mean? And it's just about making the decision that is right for you at the end of the day, Misbehave. I would say, if putting on £3 over Christmas or over a week where you're ill or 2 weeks, whatever, if that isn't going to flummox you, then go at it. You know, allow yourself that freedom. If you're confident enough that January the 3rd or 5th or 10th or whatever, you're able to get back on plan and shift it back off again. But if that £3-4 on is going to lead to £1 on the week after and £1.50 the week after that, then yeah. No, but even weight-wise, Red Cap, even weight-wise, because 500 calories of pure sugar go into your system and out of your system very, very fast. So yes, it is 500 amounts of energy, right? So if you look kilojoules, because that's energy, but whatever it is energy, but it is different in terms of how your body uses it. Because if you eat 500 grams of broccoli, you're getting that same 500 calories, of broccoli. You're getting the same calorific hit, but it's having a very different impact, and it triggers different hormonal elements, how we break down our food. It creates a completely different reaction in the body. So overall, yes, a calorie is a calorie, but they're not all the same and they're not interchangeable. And it's just when they... you lived on oven mac and cheese when you were real. Yeah, I know people do. Holland, what did you live on? You lived on pot noodles and crackers when you had flu. No other choices. You couldn't stand up long enough to cook. It's awful, isn't it? Awful, awful, awful. But yeah, I mean, it's what's right for an individual. There are things on Slimming World that I don't particularly agree with and I don't particularly like about the plan. But, the majority of it, I think, works really well for me personally. There was something, oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. That was the last step for my makeup. And that is my blue mascara, my Makeup Academy Intense Color Super Pigment Mascara in blue, which is blue. So just to complete that sort of Laguna look that we were going for earlier, we're just going to... Yeah, flu knocks you for 6. When you had it, you lived on porridge. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it is, you secretly enjoyed them, Holland. They were very comforting. Well, this is it, you see. This is the thing. There is a reason why, I mean, not to get on my soapbox about it, but they are processed foods, which means they have high amounts of fats and blah, 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 all of the stuff. But they're designed, there's a reason they make you feel better, is because the chemicals are designed to have an impact on your brain. Monosodium glutamate and all the rest of it, they're all designed to have an impact. And these companies, they spend millions of dollars, millions of pounds in product development to know what to do. That's all right, Misbehave, my darling. Hopefully that helps. But at the end of the day, it's all about you. And if you're comfortable getting back on plan, then do it. You're only responsible for you. This idea of having a cheat day, who are you cheating? You're already cheating yourself. Do what you want. If you need a box of chocolates to get through feeling crap, then have a box of chocolates. If that's what you need to get through, have that. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't think of it as being naughty or anything else. Just do what you need to do to get through. When you're out the other side of it, get back onto whatever plan is working. So for you, it's obviously Slimming World. So then do that. That's what you need to do. Just if getting through it for you is eating food that you wouldn't normally eat on Slimming World, do it. If getting through it for you is eating nothing but a cabbage soup diet because that's all you can manage, do that. Whatever works, whatever you need to do, my darling. In all honesty, no judgment. And if your Slimming World consultant isn't picking up the phone, bearing in mind it is right next to Christmas. But then if they're not picking up the phone, I'm glad that hopefully we can help you here. And also, to be brutally honest with you, you're not beholden to even your Slimming World consultant. At the end of the day, I assume you are a grown-ass adult, my darling. I really assume you are. And I assume that, at the end of the day, you can make your own choices and make your own decisions. Just be comfortable that the decision you made in that moment was the right one at that moment. You know, don't kick yourself up the bum if you come in next week and you've put on a stone or you've put on, you know, a pound. Whatever happens, if you're happy with, you know, where you are right now, then just make your decision and stick with it, and that's the right thing for you. But don't beat yourself up over it, my darling. It's not worth it. At the end of the day, feeling poorly is the crappy thing. You don't need to beat yourself up over, you know, whether or not you can be on plan when you're poorly or not. It's you know, being poorly for a week, that's great, but you've got a lot of life left on this planet, haven't you? There's a lot more life in you. There's a lot more weeks. There'll be a lot more weigh-ins. You know, let's get you to the point where you can have a lot more weigh-ins. If you're feeling crap and you don't eat or drink, you might not be here for no more weigh-ins. You know what I mean? So if that means eating, you know, if you were starving and the only food that was there was, you know, I don't know, like a McDonald's, you know, a McDonald's burger that's been deep fried and battered and deep fried again. If that was the only thing that was available, eat that. You know, it's better than starving to death. It's not necessarily the healthiest, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, everyone's saying they hope that you get better soon. Yeah, absolutely. I really hope you do, my darling. When we were poorly, we got COVID. We were really poorly for a while, but that was back before anybody knew about medication, or before there was even a hint of jabs or anything. It was back March of 20. So yeah, at the end of the day, my darling, just look after yourself. Take some paracetamol if you need to. Take some aspirin if you need to. Whatever you need to do, you know. Pop yourself in bed for 3 days with a hot water bottle if you need to. Whatever it is you need to do to get through it, just get yourself through it. But look after yourself, my sweet. Chronometer will help give you a ballpark of your nutrients, though, if you're interested in knowing what you're low in. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, we take, that's the other thing I was going to say about beauty stuff on this channel. We take, I take a hair vitamin thing. It's called Hair Burst, and it's £20 for a bottle, and that is 2 a day for a month. So £20 is how much it costs. I did pick up some on Beauty Bay last month at $13.99. I was like, ooh. And occasionally Holland & Barrett have them in on their penny sale. So you pay $19.99 for the first one, and you get the second month for a penny. However, Superdrugs do their own version that have the exact same ingredients in the exact same amounts. Like exactly the same, and they are $9.99. And at the moment on Superdrug, they are 3 for 2. So as part of my Christmas box, Rufus got me 3 packs of these hair gummies, and it cost £20 for a 3-month supply, whereas it's normally £20 for a 1-month supply. And they are full of B12, B6, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin E, biotin coming out the wazoo. And that's one of the reasons why my hair in recent videos has been looking a lot fuller and a lot better, because I've been on them for 3.5 months now, and they really are showing an effect. They're great. They're really, really good. But yeah, that was the last thing I was going to mention. But of course, that's it. That is kind of it, I think, for today. I've wanted to just hang and chill with you all because, you know, I know that for a lot of people this time of year is really stressful. And, you know, if we're hanging out together, then it means you're not getting stressed about, you know, the holidays and whatever situation you're in. So, you know, it's a nice place to hang and chill, isn't it, just for a little bit. We will be going live again on Sunday for Boxing Day. Now, any of the Spanish squad, anybody who can't make it, anybody who is otherwise out and busy doing other things, even if you're not and you just want, you know, to spend the day after Christmas watching crap telly and eating mince pies, if that's all you want to do, you don't have to be on the stream at all. You don't have to do that in any way, shape or form. Don't feel you need to, but if you want to, I'll be on there from 7 o'clock on Sunday for a couple of hours. We're going to do a little bit of healing circle, might do that twice, might do a little meditation bit. I don't know yet. It's not going to be all about tarot on Sunday. But yeah, if I've got to do that on my own, then I can do that on my own. That's not a problem. I will manage. I will survive. I am a bloody big old big old girl these days. I am a big girl with my big girl pants on. So yeah, absolutely. Ms. Behave, you could eat a bit of what you fancy. Well, eat a bit of what you want and eat a bit healthy. That way you don't feel guilty and regretful later. To be fair though, eat what you want. And if that is healthy food, like this idea that healthy food is somehow a punishment, it shouldn't be. Like, enjoy the food you eat. And that's the thing that's one of the reasons why we like Slimming World is we love the food we eat. Like, we like yesterday I did a fish and I put some ginger and some garlic and some sweet chili sauce and put that in the air fryer, and it was delicious. And I did that with a stir fry, and there was a bit of cabbage and spinach left over from the day before, so I mixed that in with the stir fry. It was a lovely dinner, and it was totally an SP dinner, so there was no starches or anything else. It was all very, very, very speed food. And the protein from the fish, it was delicious, but it was super healthy. And yeah, it just, at the end of the day, misbehave, like, eat what you need to. Just eat what you need to, my darling. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up, everyone, because my throat's going, and these lot are going to need a wee. I thought they were going to jump up then when I said the W word. But yes, thank you so much. As I say, we will probably do a little bit of vlogging over Christmas with the stuff we're making, you know, Slimming World mince pies and pork pies made out of bread. I know, right? Pork pie made out of bread and pork. And also we'll be doing the low sugar, sugar-free mince pies. So that'll be a thing. And what was the other thing we're making? There was something else as well. Can't remember. Something else. Oh, Scotch eggs. Slimming World Scotch eggs that are absolutely, you know, virtually fat-free. So they're going to be amazing. So yeah, we are going to be doing all sorts of bits and bobs. So yeah, anyway, by the way, everybody, I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely festive week. If you celebrate Christmas, very, very happy Christmas to you. If you don't, then just enjoy a couple of days of, you know, days off work or pandemonium release or stress release. It's going to be a very stressful January probably. So whatever it is that you are doing, just kind of chill and hopefully spend time with either the people you love or the food you love or the films you love. Spend a bit of time with the person you love, and the first person you should all love is yourself. You thought I was going to say me, didn't you? No, love yourself. That's the first thing you need to love. But yeah, on that note, thanks so much, everybody. Like, this year has been absolutely bonkers in so many ways. We've now got, you know, 2 channels. Both of them are growing. I can't thank you all enough for your support. I really can't. Like, thank you to everybody for all of your support across everything. Like, I hope you have a fantastic Christmas. I hope you have a fantastic festive period. I will be back on Sunday on the Tarot channel for some self-care, tarot, healing circles, and whatever else we need. So yeah, it feels like I'm not going to see you all for ages now, doesn't it? But it is only a regular week. So yeah, have a lovely time, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. And whatever you do over the next few days, I hope that it brings you nothing but joy and happiness. And even if that is just spending 3 or 4 days under the duvet, watching your favorite films, reading your favorite book, eating your body weight in Terry's chocolate orange, whatever it is you need to do, have a lovely time. And I will see you again very soon. Yeah, thanks everybody. Let's cue the outro, and we'll cue the what should we cue? We will cue the awkward waves. So yeah, awkward wave, everybody. Awkward wave, Christmas wave, royal wave, awkward wave. Bye-bye. Take care. Have a lovely time. I'll see you on Sunday.